15 years of life. But one day, during an emotional breaking point, Cecily suddenly and unknowingly unlocked magical powers within herself. She caused quite a mess, and now, confronted with all sorts of questions about her abilities and purpose, she finds herself on the streets once again, running from what she's done. Her sorcerer powers continue to grow, much to her surprise, but she still has no idea where they came from or how to own them. Ironically, though, she's been pretty lucky lately. She's avoided trouble for the most part, and has actually started to feel okay. It's almost as if the luck she never got as a kid is finally coming back around. If only she was in control of it. Desmond O'Malley is a peculiar Dragonborn, to say the least. In a world where the destinies of all Dragonborn are decided by the beacons of good and evil, Bahamut and Tiamat respectively, Desmond's short path has been an unusual one that is filled with chaos, uncertainty, and maybe a bit too much competition for his own good. After being forced to travel from town to town in order to make his living as a thief on the streets, Desmond found what he believed to be his home in the fighting pits of Water's Wake, the same fighting pits where he became known as the Bronze Shiv. While living as a fighter, Desmond was given the opportunity in which he was told that he should throw a match in the ring. He would be gifted information that may help him find his destiny and what it was truly meant to be. But if he didn't, there would be grave, grave consequences. Rather than follow blindly down a path given to him, Desmond chose to uproot his life once more in order to forge his own destiny, as he had done all his life. Ashima Peregrine, the dedicated and aloof monk of the Tongwu Path religion, came to the party from a faraway nation, the nation of Loshar. He arrived in Summer's Rest with his curiously silent master to practice empathy for the world through exploration and the teachings of harmony to all creatures. Although Ashima's short stature and halfling carefree demeanor portray him as naive in the eyes of some, he is quietly believed to be the 11th reincarnation of the great teacher and founder of the Tongwu Path by the ranks of his monastic order. The student robes that he wears represents what he still has to relearn in this life before becoming a teacher to his people again. While his meditation upon the cyclical nature of ki and shadowboxing have always persisted in his life, his path has taken a fork in the recent days. After getting arrested in a mistaken situation while trying to help his friend Bianca, Ashima has been thrust into a group of misfits and young minds. Although trapped in a group, Ashima is always and will always embrace the ebb and flow of fate, and sees this as an opportunity to console the members of his party with guidance and faith. Powasa Enoa, or Po for short, is a water genasi who grew up in the comforts of Water's Wake. Po's father raised his son with tales of Enoa warriors in the way of the Enoa Forge. Unlike other forges, Po and his father's forge was half submerged underwater. The quick currents of the water and Po's father's magical hammer allowed them to sharpen, shape, and craft beautiful weapons and armor, unlike any other in Bella Clara. Po has not seen or experienced much beyond the forge in Water's Wake, which is very strange for a 17-year-old in Noah. He was raised knowing how to craft the perfect blades, not swing them. He was raised on fulfilling other adventurers' armor and weapons and needs, not equipping himself for his own adventures. Po was called to adventure after he unraveled a secret contract his sick father kept hidden from him. Po fled town in order to fulfill it and help his father and their forge, taking with him only his father's magical hammer and the journal. Though Po finds himself unprepared for this adventure, unworthy of the Enoa name and surrounded by hopeless companions, he's finding that his mission might actually lead him down a glorious adventure. And with every day that passes, he is called more and more to become the Enoa warrior he was destined to be. Bianca Dusong is a purple tiefling who became a blood hunter through nefarious means. She's always had a natural curiosity for the wide, sprawling world she's read so much about. Ever since she was little, she knew her differences from other kids held meaning. Her parents gave her answers, but they were very persistent about protecting her and giving her as normal of a life as possible. She had that normalcy for a while. Her studies in alchemy and her innate gift for botany led her to having a fairly successful business. Knowing this, her parents were soothed and their wishes for their daughter had come true. However, Bianca's curiosity never left her. There's still so many unanswered questions about her family's past which affected her own DNA. This fascination with her genetics and the power that it may hold led her to seek out the old ways of the Blood Hunters. This new gift is where Bianca feels she'll truly start living. Her call to adventure, discovering her past, and hunting her mark has finally begun. Cecily has spent her entire life either in foster care or fending for herself on the streets. Seemingly nothing has worked out in her favor in her short 15 years of life. But one day, during an emotional breaking point, Cecily suddenly and unknowingly unlocked magical powers within herself. She caused quite a mess, and now, confronted with all sorts of questions about her abilities and purpose, she finds herself on the streets once again, running from what she's done. Her sorcerer powers continue to grow, much to her surprise, but she still has no idea where they came from or how to own them. Ironically, though, she's been pretty lucky lately. She's avoided trouble for the most part, and has actually started to feel okay. It's almost as if the luck she never got as a kid is finally coming back around. If only she was in control of it. Desmond O'Malley is a peculiar Dragonborn, to say the least. In a world where the destinies of all Dragonborn are decided by the beacons of good and evil, Bahamut and Tiamat respectively, Desmond's short path has been an unusual one. One that is filled with chaos, uncertainty, and maybe a bit too much competition for his own good. After being forced to travel from town to town in order to make his living as a thief on the streets, Desmond found what he believed to be his home in the fighting pits of Water's Wake. The same fighting pits where he became known as the Bronze Shiv. While living as a fighter, Desmond was given the opportunity in which he was told that he should throw a match in the ring. He would be gifted information that may help him find his destiny and what it was truly meant to be. But if he didn't, there would be grave, grave consequences. Rather than follow blindly down a path given to him, Desmond chose to uproot his life once more in order to forge his own destiny, as he had done all his life. Ashima Peregrine, the dedicated and aloof monk of the Tongwu Path religion, came to the party from a faraway nation, the nation of Loshar. He arrived in Summer's Rest with his curiously silent master to practice empathy for the world through exploration and the teachings of harmony to all creatures. Although Ashima's short stature and halfling carefree demeanor portray him as naive in the eyes of some, he is quietly believed to be the 11th reincarnation of the great teacher and founder of the Tongwu Path by the ranks of his monastic order. The student robes that he wears represents what he still has to relearn in this life before becoming a teacher to his people again. While his meditation upon the cyclical nature of ki and shadowboxing have always persisted in his life, his path has taken a fork in the recent days. After getting arrested in a mistaken situation while trying to help...
Oh, the Amoebanator's here.
Hey, what is up, everybody? We are here.
Oh,
we are
getting ready.
We're having a good time.
We're live.
And
Yes. Getting ready.
Shane, you didn't think it was going to happen, but the last time we played Salamander Coast, somebody subbed, and Connor made a promise.
It may have been Shane.
So there we go. Oh my gosh, we have got tons of people here. We've got Amoebanator, Amoeba. That's one person. We got Shane and we got Lisa. What? Oh,
Hello.
the
How you
best.
doing?
What a good crowd of people.
Mr. Amoeba.
My favorite crowd.
I wish.
How's shit going in the germ zone?
That wasn't funny, but it was really funny.
Shit going in the germ zone.
You don't understand how much it pains me that my worst jokes get the best reactions. You know, like I no thought went into that.
Funny joke.
Oh,
God.
gosh. Well, holy cow.
I will give you diarrhea. That makes it all the better. I'm so happy.
Oh man.
My hero.
No. Dang nubbit. Delete item. Sorry, I'm just getting a few last minute things here, all organized. As you can tell, there is no Powasa Anoa this week, and I'm going to talk about that here in just a second. No need to fear, your favorite Genasi friend will be back. But
yeah,
we just got
to... He really is the best paladin in the group.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
All right, somebody want to go ahead and do a test roll for me in Roll20, just real quick?
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Nice. And then that should have popped up on the stream. That's all I was hoping for.
I see it on the stream.
Hey. Nice. All right. Hopefully I don't break the stream, but I have to go to... I have to go here. And I have to go here. I probably just messed up everything, which is really funny. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Save changes. Okay. All right.
Hey, we're at 11 viewers.
Oh my gosh! Ah!
Is that
hello.
germ with a gun? Ugh.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
That's
man.
coronavirus. Well, I guess it's a virus with a gun, but...
Oh my gosh.
Thanks,
come give me a kiss. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm low-key afraid of Amoeba. I think all of us are. But I'm happy to... Chad is no longer safe. I'm happy to be afraid of Amoeba, though.
I'm...
Excuse you.
I wouldn't say I'm afraid, but I am high-key about Amoeba.
I am high-key.
This is definitely a...
Mark, do you remember that guy who was in the chat yesterday who kept asking me about chunky milk?
Yeah.
I remember that.
I do. I would
wait,
I would love for them to return.
Me too.
Wait,
Where are
was
you,
that the person
milk
from...
lover?
Wait. Was that the person from your work?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. They weren't from my work. I assumed incorrectly. I thought when they said they were Patrick Starr that they were one of my students, Patrick. But no, they were a guy who lived in the UK who just found me playing Bloodborne. And then it was really funny because I
started talking about chunky milk.
And then I messed up so much playing Bloodborne. I was like, I need to play something more my speed. And then I went to cool math games.
You ever play Frog Fractions? That one's my favorite.
No, but I played some... Dude, cool math games is so different now. It's like ad blocked. Or there's the adpocalypse. You have to like pay for a premium membership to play games with no ads. It's the stupidest shit. Yeah, it's terrible.
I used to like
corporatization
to,
of the internet is a sad thing.
Screamo music while playing that cupcake game. It was very bipolar. Just like a lot of angry music and then like making cupcakes for people. Yeah, if anyone else played that game, they can talk now.
I would play all those, like, you remember those stick figure sniper flash games?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There was like
my
20
God.
different kinds of, they were all the same thing. You just shoot a stick figure and then there'd be text that was like, this is your next mission, and then you'd shoot another stick figure. So that was it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Man.
I think
I'm getting really hot in here.
Yeah. We can do it in shifts here.
You're welcome to turn off our heat.
Somebody also have to wear the costume. Oh yeah, cool. Off.
No,
Looks like it's smart.
You can just turn off the heat, and I'll keep myself warm via jumping jack.
Okay, well, I already did turn off the heat.
Oh, that's really funny.
I mean, it works.
If it works, it works. Okay. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, before we start, I'm gonna fill up my water here because that is hydrate or dihydrate. But in the meantime, Mark, give the people what they want. Give them some poetry.
Poetry? Oh shit. Okay.
On demand. Let's go.
I hope that wasn't a figure of speech for something else, because I'm just gonna read poetry now.
Do it.
Yeah,
I don't want him to come back and be like, ah, shit, you were supposed to do the thing.
you're supposed to be rapping. Or are you supposed to be doing a recap?
Here. We have my, Felicity, you know them. Which one should I do?
The ladybug one is sweet. I always remember the ladybug one. The gardener one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
Get your
I
head
wanna
in
read
the
that
game.
one, then.
Get your head in the game. All right, I'm back.
You took too long, Mark. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, no. We just got a poem pulled up.
All right. You can read your one poem. But you have to read it like Hobo
Thanks,
Johnson.
Dad.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a good rule.
So this is not by Hobo Johnson, unfortunately. It's by me.
FJ Judge love makers.
I panicked and I just found my own. I don't know. Shit, okay. This is called If You Were a Gardener. Parentheses, approached by a ladybug with a proposition of love. End parentheses. If you were a gardener approached by a ladybug with a proposition of love, odds are you would laugh. You would hold the tiny creature in the palm of your hand, marveling at its little wings and its unevenly speckled body. And you would laugh not out of cruelty, but out of admiration that such a tiny thing thought it had such a big voice. You wouldn't love it back. The thought wouldn't even occur to you, because you own this garden, and anything that offers itself up and fits in the palm of your hand is less than you. A completely different kind of creature. One that could never be your equal. But all the same, it's cute to look at. And it's fun to be loved by something when there's no pressure to love it back. So tell me then, gardener, was I foolish even to wonder if you would love me?
Oh shit, that's right.
Snaps. I'm not
Dang.
normal.
I remember
It's
that
okay.
one. That's a good one.
Oh, I clapped too, Felicity. It's okay.
Can you read
Okay.
my poem, Nick?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your magnet poem?
Yeah, my Carlos Williams poem.
Yeah. Alright, this is a poem that Connor composed with fridge magnets. Dog disease. Disgust.
There we go. What a good
Call me
one.
Charles Bukowski.
All right.
I mean, really, his is better.
Enough riffraff, enough chit chat. We've been live for so long now, and we need to play some Dungeons and Dragons. So, Cameron, when Luca finishes the theme music for the channel, can you do the vocals?
Of course I can.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Can you not
okay.
do them? Can you do them not well though?
Of course.
That's why I was just saying. That's how he was just singing Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so we're gonna keep our previous shtick from last time. Where briefly, I would like the group of you to summarize what happened last sessions, the ups and downs, anything important that you see or that you believe was accomplished, and as a fun thing, one thing that your character looks forward to now.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, I'll start. I think one, the card game, which I'm personally very excited about, and so is Bianca. I just think that's hilarious and fun. Two, the whole ending of the last session, which was very intense and just, it was like finding answers to the Blood Hunter stuff, but also making more questions. So that's neat to see that stuff progress. And then Bianca's excited to hopefully win this tournament and be able to leave Summer's Rest, because she's really only been 2 places and the land between those 2 places, and she's really wanting to see the world. So yeah, she's really excited about that, and the fact that the group's staying together, because that was we were all unsure about that for a little bit, but yeah.
Which was all my fault, and I shall now go next. Something I thought was very, very satisfying last time we played was just the progress of Cecily's character. I am very grateful to be at this table with this group of people, where a lot of trust was put into me to... basically, you guys allowed me to play a character that was going to be antagonistic in the beginning and push against what the MO ultimately was, and still trust that we would find a way for her character to come around and, you know, and still be part of the group in the end, but do it in a believable way that still was true to how Cecily would behave. And so I just, I'm really happy. It was a big moment of progress. Her kind of decision to stick with the group and to frame it like they're still stuck with each other when she knows deep down that she is choosing to be with them. And that is a big step. And I am excited now, being level 3, to start using meta magic. Because I, as a player, and then Cecily's very excited for it as well, starting to control that weave a little bit. And I'm really excited to start playing the spells in multiple ways. And I already know when I'm 4th level, I'm going to take the new Meta Magic Adept feat that they added in Tasha's just this last week and get even more, because that is the shit for Cecily. That is going to be the shit.
Go. Ashima trained. He trained with Rose. And that was mostly it till the end. Yes.
Is that all you got?
That is it.
Okay. Are you not going to do the things that are exciting to you?
Oh. Those were the exciting things.
So I guess
I want
I'll
to keep
go
it
next,
laconic.
So Desmond worked with Belvedere, honing his ability to do training as like a new to do potions and alchemy and those types of things, which was a lot of fun. I really, really like Belvedere, and I think Desmond and Belvedere are like a really cool, interesting pair of characters to have a relationship like they have. And I think that's really neat. And then Desmond also tried to help Belvedere kind of acclimate himself into society, into Summer's Rest, trying to get him talking to a couple of the other people who were walking around. Other important things that happened now that we've all done our own character things is when we went to, I forget his name, Master Drenor, I believe.
Yeah, Drenor.
When we went to Master Drenor to identify a couple of items, and he said some kind of spooky stuff about both of them, because we took him I believe the gem that we got from, I cannot remember, Yura, that's her name, and then the Dark One idol that Desmond had for a while. We destroyed the Dark One idol, and things seemed to be okay.
Which,
so,
for those playing at home, how did you decide to destroy that Dark One idol?
I poured acid on it.
Okay.
Yes. And then we left the other one with Master Trainer. But that was the stone that Yara gave us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But something that Desmond is really excited for is because of how competitive he is. He's really excited to test his mettle with his new skills as a fighter, not just against the other people that we'll be competing against, but he's excited to show off in front of his friends and try to get some attention, because he's a needy little bitch, and he needs to be told that he's doing well and that that he's skillful. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to have combat and Desmond's really excited to get to put the pedal to the metal and wreck some shit this session.
Okay. Alrighty. I think that's it. All right. Anybody else have any blanks that they want to fill?
Poe worked with Derek.
Yeah, Poe worked with Derek, and it was awesome. They had like an Iron Man montage.
Like, got a cool sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you scroll back in the Roll20 chat, we we all recommended like 25 names for his sword.
And they're all
and they were all trash.
No.
There's two kinds of people in this world.
I mean, I'm proud of the trash, but, you know.
This is because I'm A positive blood and Mark's A negative.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's in your blood.
It's in your blood. Okay, alrighty. Well, then no reason for any more delay or any more delay or holding back. Let's go ahead and just dive right in, because...
Wait, aren't you going to tell him what happened to Evan?
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot. So, by the way, farewell, Amoeba. If you have any time, we'd love for you to drop back in, because there's going to be some good combat in this session. And a lot of fun games. With Evan, Evan is actually in the very wonderful process right now of getting married. He's getting married sometime in December. Yes, and Evan is a very wonderful guy, and Holly is really wonderful as well. But for those of you who have ever been planning a wedding or have ever been involved in one in those stages, well, it's very time consuming. And Evan being the groom, it's even more time consuming for him. So he will actually not be with us for the next 5 weeks, which I know sounds like a lot, because it is, and believe me, we're going to miss him just as much as you all out there are. But gotta do what you gotta do. And so after discussing with Evan, we figured out a way to kind of send Poe off with a way for him to be able to come back when Evan, is able to come back. So that's that. So that's very sad for all of us, but don't worry. He's not just going to poof away, disappear. There will be, it's going to be some stuff. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So, all of that summed up and settled. You have everything prepared. You spent the past month, 4 weeks, collecting yourselves, collecting items, collecting knowledge, discovering new things about yourselves and those who promise to give you power or teach you how to control your power in different ways. And now, on the 26th of Leaffall, 1 month later, after you all had slapped the chains on Selrid Bowman and sent him to his rightful place of a jail cell, you wake up on the morning of the festival. And most of you waking up, well, it has, some of you wake up just normally, you know, because some of you are early risers. But some of you are woken up by the raucous sounds of people outside beginning to talk and chant, and small bits of music already at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning, already beginning to be played outside Bianca's home, which Bianca, over the past month, you've been starting to pack things up, getting ready to sell it. So your house is very bare, but as all of you wake up, you can see that there are just tons of people looking out the window, tons of people just up and down the streets, drinking and laughing and talking at 6:30 in the morning. So, as all of you are kind of shocked awake by all of this noise, all of this music, all of this wonder, I would like to ask, well, actually, as all of you are waking up, you're so racked with the joy and seeing all these people and thinking forward to the festivities of the day, the fun you'll get to have with your companions, your friends, and some of you might even use the word family. But as you look around, that cot that typically has Poe in it is empty. And all that's in that cot, there's no armor, there's no weapon, there's no sign that anyone was ever there, is a folded up piece of parchment.
Ah, shit. We're missing the dumb one again.
Bianca will very groggily go over and read the letter.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in your inventory first, Felicity.
Okay.
Show to players. There you go. Should have just popped up for you.
It did.
So Bianca, you open up the parchment and you can see that it is a letter from Poe.
What does it say?
Well, it's really wordy, and it's 6 a.m., so how about everyone comes to read it? And she'll, like, hold it out kind of for everyone, or, like, put it on the table.
All right.
So everyone can read it.
There we go.
But she'll, for Desmond, kind of read it kind of, like, slowly. You know, the, like, skim read where you're like, if you have found this, you're probably different than the first time. I'm writing this note to ease any worries. You know, that kind of thing. She's very tired.
So, for those of you playing at home, friends, if you have found this, you probably already know I've left. Different than the first time, I'm writing this note to ease your worries, any worries you may have. I don't have much time, and I have a lot I want to say, so I hope this all comes across as well as it does in my heart. Unfortunately, I don't think it will. But, here's my best effort. All my life, I felt detached from the world of adventure. The comforts of Water's Wake is all I've ever known. The sound of metal, splashes, seagulls, and the tales of the great Anoa were all my ears had ever heard. I imagined adventure came with the sounds of roaring beasts chanting spells, and the heavens singing songs of glory as heroes bring down the final blow in a glorious battle. But in the past few weeks, I've heard the bickering of Cecily and Desmond, the endless font of wisdom, whether it be welcomed or unwelcomed, that is Ashima's mouth, the sounds of my stomach turning right before throwing up in Bianca's floorboards, and the sound of crazy cultists that were more than excited to kill us. And I've loved every second of it. The group of friends... No. The family bond that we've established in the past weeks are what allowed us to hear the beautiful songs of Spook's wife beneath that horrid chapel. The hopefulness from the teens we saved from those bandits, the laughter we've shared, the sadness we've overcome, the thank yous we've heard from those we've aided, and the crazy, obnoxious sounds that fill the streets of Summer's Rest. This has not been at all what I expected of adventure, but it sure as hell has been better than everything I've dreamed of. It is, though, this unlikely group of runaways that I've truly understood the Anoa's value for adventurous companions. Whether I've shown it or not, you all have made me a better Anoa than I could have ever hoped to have been. It's you all who've allowed me to hear the calling that I would have been deaf to all those years. And it is this calling that has led me to leave you. I need to answer its call. This is not forever. If this is anything like an Anoa tale, my greatest adventures will be with my friends, so please, take care until I return. I'll be back before you know it. Signed, Poe. So, all of you read through the letter and, well...
Okay, well, where the fuck did he go?
I think it's better that we don't know.
I think he doesn't want us to know.
Well, yeah, I know he doesn't want us to know.
I'm not surprised. I had a feeling. We just gotta trust his word, I guess.
He'll be back. I know it.
Some people, they're fond of saying that people leave as quickly as they come or go as quickly as they leave. And I think often it's used in a negative connotation, but I believe that Poe will be back to us in a similar manner.
So he's just gonna miss us kicking ass at this time.
We're not looking for him then?
Where would we start?
In addition,
I don't know.
he has his duties that I imagine we'll have to do our best to understand when he returns to us, and today we have a very important duty as well.
I think we just need to make sure that we're all okay by the time he gets back.
We owe him that.
Alright. Whatever.
Said he's gonna miss us kicking some ass today, though.
That's true. I need some coffee, though, before I can do anything helpful. And she'll make some coffee.
Okay, all right. You start to go through the morning rituals that you would regardless, and with that solemn moment past, there is that noise that begins to ring throughout the house again, whether it be from somebody opening a window or one of the group of you peeking outside the door. The noise floods in to Bianca's small shop and home, and Bianca, you are kind of shivered down your spine from the almost like the Grinch, the Who's down in Whoville. But then
Noise!
but then you get your coffee and you're a little bit more amicable to it. So, coffee had, morning rituals complete. Is there anything anybody else is doing before you head out into the festunities of Summer's Rest?
No, I think we're
Getting dressed.
We're good to go.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
You put on some clothes that are that make sense. With the that are appropriate.
That's what I do every morning.
This makes sense.
Tuxedo for this occasion? Wait, no, this doesn't make sense.
So really, my question then is, are you all going out in armor, or are you just kind of going out in some regular knocking around clothes?
Cecily will wear her armor, so no.
Yeah, I was gonna say it, but like weapons and all, I think would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, Bianca's normally pretty suited up anyway, so she'll just do her usual.
Okay, get the huge going. All right, sounds good to me.
Yeah, same. I don't know if Desmond owns any clothes other than his armor and his cloak, so.
Okay. Alrighty, sounds good to me. So that means all of you, you then get all your gear on. You know, take whatever things you decide is necessary, to go into the fair with you, and well, you head out and. You remember that over the past 3 or 4 days, there has been an influx of about 900 to 1,100 people that have influxed into Summer's Rest for this festivity, and you know that those people will probably stay until spring, in all honesty, whenever spring may come. Those people are going to stay because they brought their goods, they brought their supplies, they want to drown themselves in the economy that will be flourishing in Summer's Rest just within the next week or so. Bianca, you know that there is a drastic temperature drop, as today and probably tomorrow are the last few semi-warm days where it's in the 50s and 60s, and after that it drops down to 20, 25 degrees, and it stays there and only goes lower from that point until eventually the thawing happens in the springtime. But that's neither here nor there right now, because right now is the Harvest Inn Festival. And, well, frankly, all of you have celebrated this in one way or another. And Bianca is the only person here who has celebrated it in the Summer's Rest fashion. So as you head out, you can see all of the people sort of crowding the streets. Definitely a far cry from what it was when Selrid was being dragged away about a month ago. And as you are sort of walking out, taking a gander in, seeing what you might want to do, there is like a crowd of younger kids, maybe anywhere between 9 and 15, who end up like bursting past you, like a group of maybe 15 of them that run past you, sort of bumping into you. And there's one small girl who bumps into you, Cecily, and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Wanderer Helena's here. She's here. She's finally here. She finally made it. We didn't think she was going to come this year, but she made it. She made it." And she darts off, running to try and catch up with her friends, talking to you like she'd known you for years, but then darts off in an instant, talking about this Wanderer Helena, who apparently just made her way into town. So, with that, Bianca, you know the setup of the day. There are different games for adults and for children. There are activities which are drug out longer, and they happen through different increments. And then all throughout the day is the tourney. So the tourney is an entire day event because it works in a bracketed group combat scenario, where you have a group fight another group, and then they proceed to the next round, and so on and so forth, until there is a final victor with the best of the best. So,
Who's Victor?
So, all of you, Bianca, you know that if you're going to register for that tourney, you've got to do it, like, now. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so is everyone kind of ready to sign up for this thing? Because we should probably do that ASAP. I know I'm good to go.
I've never been more ready in my life.
All right.
Yeah, sure. What he said. Might as well just do it.
Okay, I'll start to lead the way over to the sign-up area.
Okay,
It has been so long since I've done any competitive fighting. I'm ready.
Okay. Alrighty, so as you're making your way through the town, you do see the rest of the games and some of the activities being ready to set up. So, I'm going to list some of those off for you now. So, none of you can play any of the children's games except for Cecily. Sorry.
Yes!
For Cecily, you have 3 games at your disposal. You can either play Break the Geode, where they give you a geode and a hammer and you get to break it. You can play Find the Gem in the Rock Pile, which is like Needle in the Haystack, except you dig through gravel to find a small gem. Or you can play Trick the Wig, which, Bianca, you would know that this is a game that is very... It's derogatory towards people from the Western Salamander. Wig is a play on Western and then Council of Yggdrasil, Yig, Wig, because people from Bella Clara tend to see themselves as better than those from the Western Salamander and the Council of Yggdrasil. So, Trick the Wig is not a very nice game, but Cecily, you have no idea what a wig is, so it's just a weird guy who looks really stupid and has like cross-eyed and this really shaggy mop of blonde hair, talking really, really dumb. Then, for the rest of you, you have 4. You have Wrestle the Umber Hulk. Then you have Minor Spirits, which is a drinking game. Then you have the Gemstone Jig, which is a dancing competition. And then we have Fire in the Hole, which is pretty much just semi-explosive cornhole.
Yes.
Wrestle the Umber Hulk. There is a large man who wears like chitinous plates, and you have to try and knock him over. So those are the games, and then the activities that are happening today are there is a mining contest where pretty much it's just a competition to see who can break the most rocks in a row. Then there is a gem carving contest that's actually run by Anayaya, and a forging contest that is run by Darren. And then throughout the day, Wanderer Helena will be throughout the entire area just telling stories and playing music. So, all of that, you guys are able to take like all of that in this very like sensory overload thing where people approach you and for the majority of your time walking, every 5 or so minutes, somebody kind of like bumps into you and they're like, oh, excuse me, might I be able to offer you these sweet candied apples, maybe? Yes? No? Fine. Well, if you need me, I'll be in the market stall. And it's like every 5 or so minutes, somebody kind of bumps into you and says, oh, well, would you like to buy this? I've got this thing. How would you like gemstone and carved pocket watches? No, all right, moving on. And it's just people who are just trying to push their shit on you so hard. And then if you don't immediately say, yes, I want that, they move on to the next person. And it's terrible. It's not fun. It's, to use another Grinch reference, it is definitely the Who's in Whoville, like the day before Christmas. It's terrible. So, with that, all of you now make your way out of the area and into the fairgrounds, okay? So, right, surrounded by merriment and joy, there are banners hung up all around, different kids and adults playing all of these different games, signing up for the different activities, and all of you now make your way to the tourney grounds, the dueling grounds, and you can see there is this large stone, half stone, half wood coliseum that has kind of been assembled. That's maybe 45, 50 feet in diameter in a circle with large seating areas. And in front of it, there are different colored, sort of strung up stalls around the entire thing. And you can see different people saying, oh, sign up for the tourney. And you can see that Captain Veronica is actually at one of the booths, and she's saying, would anyone like to sign up for the tourney? Tourney, anyone? And she sees all of you, and she squints a little bit and smiles, and she says, so I'm assuming that all of you are here to sign up for the tourney?
Ma'am. And I'll make my way over there with everyone.
Okay. Alrighty. So everybody makes their way over, and you can see Captain Veronica there. She smiles and waves and says, well, I'm so glad that all of you are signing up for the tourney. So far, the entries this year have not been very impressive, and I'm afraid that, well, there might not be very good entertainment this year. So, all of you are signing up then, yes?
All of
Yeah, we are.
Alrighty.
It sounds like good news for us if most of the folks aren't quite worth their salt.
Yeah.
Yes, mostly just farmers and miners of the sort, people hoping to earn something from the Fisher estate. So, let's see, we have got the Bianca Dusong, Shima Peregrine, then we have got Desmond O'Malley, and we have Cecily. Cecily, my dear, I do not mean to cause any grief or anything, but is there a last name, perhaps, that I could write down, or is it just Cecily?
You know, if I needed to steal a last name before I showed up in this shithole, I would have. But no one told me. So yeah, it's just Cecily. Fuck's sake.
Just Cecily. And where is Poe?
I know!
So I assume that is a touchy subject.
He will not be joining us today.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, because the minimum number of contestants needed is 5.
Oh my god.
Be able. Hold on. Would you be able to save a spot for us, and then we come back with a person?
I can do that. But be sure to come back to me within the next hour, because that is when the tourney starts, and, well, at this rate, you all would be one of the first fights to go up. So just make sure that you find someone. But for now, I will write down Poe, and then say, we can say that he got sick or something, and you had to get a temporary fighter. All right, and then for each contestant, that is 5 gold entry fee.
Oh, yeah, easy.
All right,
Certainly.
so that would be 25 total since it's 5.
Bianca will spot anybody who doesn't have the 5 gold, and she'll put down Poe's gold as well.
Yeah, 4 and 5.
Okay.
Cecily will make a comment, but she will give forward her 5.
Okay.
Something like, so we pay to die? But,
Oh, no, the competition is not lethal. Everything that you're fighting with should be... You should strike with the intention of being non-lethal. We do have clerics and medicine people ready to heal any basic wounds, cuts, or bruises, but you should not be aiming to lop off any heads, yeah?
okay, yeah, no, non-lethal. Okay, I'll try.
All right. So, anything else? Any other questions? Or, well, I guess you need to go find that 5th person, whoever it may be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
determine
probably
those
just do
substitute as.
You want to fight with us? I'm just kidding.
No, sorry, I am I am moderating the fight, making sure that if tensions get a little too high, myself and the guards will go in to break up any conflicts that arise.
Whatever you say.
Alrighty. Well, anything else? No?
Hey, what are the limits on who we can get? Because we can just go ask, my master guy, and then we can just kind of sit around. And he'll just snap his fingers, and then we win.
I suppose that if he was willing to join the fight, then yes, you could do that.
Yeah, it's the
Or
willing
we could
part.
also ask Belvedere or Hubert.
I don't know if Belvedere does any fighting, but we could ask.
Hubert, I imagine, would not join us. Or would take some convincing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if it's not lethal, I don't know.
I will talk to all of you in a moment. There is, and you can see now that there's a line of people that have formed behind you.
Yes.
I think that it might be best if you discuss outside of the line. Well, I look
Yeah.
forward to seeing who you bring up, okay? Okay.
All right.
All right. Yes, next please. And you can see that there is this group of about 7 or 8 scruffy-looking farmer types. In these sort of rumpled clothes with clubs, they start to approach and begin to talk to Veronica and begin to pick out pieces of silver to add up to the totals for their entry fees, and continuing on and so forth.
Man.
Also ask Shayna, maybe?
Oh,
Perhaps.
that's going to be a little awkward.
I wouldn't hold out my hopes for
I
her.
mean, we could just
Being a woman of...
shout out to the crowd and try to find someone.
That is an idea that I had, Desmond, actually. Not in that specific way, but there are all these games and feats of strength going about, and it would appear to me Poe's greatest strength was... Strength is, yes, exactly.
Yeah, well, it definitely isn't being in the right place at the right time.
What about Draenor's bodyguard?
Ooh.
What's that woman's name? That mountain of a woman?
Oh. Yeah, I still haven't heard her say anything. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I think she's busy, watching him.
Yes, she likely wouldn't excuse her duty.
I could maybe ask Bella. I don't know if she even fights or does any sort of magic. I think that'd be very uncomfortable for her, but I can ask. I've literally never seen her outside of, reading a book outside.
Let's ask Selrid.
I will not do that.
Or
Fight for your honor.
you could ask
Doc?
Yeah, the groundskeeper.
That'd be funny.
Oh, Doc. I thought you said Daku. Remember the cultist? We should go ask
well.
Daku.
Oh yeah, let's ask Daku.
Yes, I believe Cecily, you and him had a something. So
We had a nothing. We're not... No, never mind.
Didn't he say something like if you ever wanted to find him, you could? Isn't that something he said?
I'm gonna pretend he didn't.
That is wise.
Okay, who is our number one option? Let's just go asking people. We're not accomplishing.
God, it's Poe! Why did he leave?
Well, we must work with the cards we're given. So, perhaps Belvedere would...
Hubert. He might be fine in like a non-lethal environment. It's just a tournament. I know, like this is way different than fighting a ghost woman
that
true. Could
Let's
kill
go
you.
And he could provide us with support.
Yeah.
Keeping him out of the combat.
As long as we promise to protect him, you know.
Let's go talk to Hubert.
Okay.
Skeptical, but yes.
Hubie Lewis.
Alrighty. So with that, as all of you begin to make your way away from the fairgrounds, the music does begin to fade as you get closer to the spook estate, as there seems to be a little bit more reverence and respect in this area. The gates are open, and there still are people around the spook estate, just making different comments and different prayers for their loved ones that have passed, wishing that they could be there celebrating the festivities with them. But you can see that the manor doors are open for anybody to enter. So as you do, you can hear Hubert and Gren laughing, the two of them. But you can also hear another, much more hushed voice saying something to the two of them, and they sort of give off a laugh, and you can hear Hubert laughing much louder than Gren. Just kind of giggling.
So happy.
And then as all of you begin to round the corner into a much larger living room, there's a fire currently lit, and you can see that there is Gren sitting in a very large, high-backed chair. Hubert is sitting in the same spot where you were dueling him, Bianca, with your kingdoms and castles. And then sitting where you were is, well, Bianca, somebody you do not want to see right now, but it is Mina, the Etheran tiefling with the eyes aflame. And as the four of you round the corner, she looks up at you, and she smiles. I knew that all of you would come here.
Mina, not all pleasures are expected but appreciated.
Yes. You all are missing Paul, correct? I could see many things.
Yeah, and we really need him for a tournament.
Like you could see, or you can see with your eyes right now, because
it is not as clear as that. You all are connected. That much is clear. And I could feel a disconnect. A thread in the weave being pulled away from the knot. And when I met you, and you, and you, saying that to Bianca, Shima, and Cecily, I could see sparks around your head. The three of you together, it was like fireworks. Seeing the four of you now, it is a light show that would shame the greatest stars in heaven. But the light is dim without your friend. I know that there is no great love for me with some of you. Most people do not have great love for those who claim to see things that are not there. But there is no denying the impact all of you have. And if I can do anything to help preserve that knot from causing it to fall apart anymore, it is something I would gladly do.
No, perhaps you may be able to help us. We had come to talk to Hubert, see if he was interested in joining us in the tourney, but perhaps you could help us as well.
Sheba, I actually wanted to come talk to you and see if there was any books that you might have, because, well, I was doing a lot of thinking and I was doing a lot of reading, but the thing is, Bella's bookstore doesn't have very much about, well, the Five Harmonies and Loshari practices, and, well, I think that, I don't know, I think that was something I wanted to pursue. And I meant to come talk to you about it a few days ago, but, well, Gren's been keeping me pretty busy lately.
And Gren says, yes, I apologize, Hubert. Your help has been greatly admired.
It's no problem. So I really wanted to try and stay away from any type of, fighting at all. I wanted to try and pursue peace and spreading peace, and, well, I tend to make all of you happy, so I want to try and do that for other people. And people aren't exactly happy when you do bad things to them.
Can I, try to analyze... Can I, try to read the room to see if, this is just kind of little... There's a little yellow on his belly here, or if this is authentic.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
He is a turtle, I don't mean to hold that against him.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Racist.
Doesn't EXY have a yellow belly?
Okay. So,
Only in my nightmares.
So, Ashima, as far as you can tell, he seems to be, he seems to be pretty genuine. Typically, Hubert wears nerves on his sleeve, as you remember from his hyperventilating in the chapel, but yeah, I mean, you know him well enough that you're pretty confident that it's genuine.
Yeah, I show him very excited, and I think he probably still has one of the... It's in my inventory, so I imagine I'd probably carry at least a condensed scroll or something with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll walk quickly over to him and say, yes, this is a very wise and full decision of yours. You may borrow mine for as long as you like. I have committed many of them to at least partial memory. They are quite dense, though. In fact, you...
What?
Now I feel bad asking you to join the tourney.
No,
They require
please
time
don't.
to think on.
No, Sheba, please don't feel bad. And if it's any consolation, dense reading is my favorite kind.
Oh, well, very good. This certainly is. Well, but then... perhaps you could help us. Poe, as you know, is missing, and we do require another member. Perhaps you could employ your services to help us locate one.
In all honesty, that's actually what Mina came to talk to us about. She said that she knew that you all would come to find me, and that, well, she could... Well, she said that same thing about sensing the weave and seeing... She remembered seeing 5 circles above my head at one point in time, but they were shrouded in fog. And, well, when she told me that, I knew that had to be true because, well, I wanted to come talk to you a while ago about the 5 harmonies, and well, she said that because of that, she would know that you all would be here and you all would need help. And she wanted to help. And she was telling us about this really weird thing that had happened to her when she was a new person here in Summer's Rest, where there was this guy who came up to her. It was on one of the festival days, and she was meditating, and she was trying to do something, and a guy kept trying to sell her this same perfume, and then eventually started to insult her. But then she opened her eyes, and her eyes are all like that, and the guy freaked out, and he ran off and dropped all the perfume, and it broke. And well, obviously that wasn't very good for him because he lost a lot of money on that day. But he got what he deserved. And well, I guess retelling, it was a lot more funny at the moment. But she and Gren kind of. All right, Hubert. She wants to help. And, well, I haven't known Mina personally at all, but she seems... I've learned in my many years how to sniff out bad people and those who wish to do nothing but harm. I knew all of you were good people. Well, I was a little unsure about Desmond poking around where he shouldn't have been, in a place where he didn't belong, but...
Can you blame a guy in a place like this?
I really can't.
Come on.
But... I get a feeling that she does want to help. And Mina looks to all of you, and she says, if there is anything that I can do, I am skilled in many forms of magic, not just that of foresight. I have a particular way with words and persuasion, but I do not sing like most others who have silver tongues like my own. I am nothing more than someone who sits at a loom and creates a weave. Being able to see the strands and to sometimes bend them one way or another. Nothing too serious. But I can also make others see things that are not truly there.
Oh.
Well, I suppose you all know my stance, but I'd like to hear from you all as well.
Yeah.
Works for me. We need another person.
Well, we do need another person. I don't know, it's pretty cool, but like... Yeah. No, Desmond's right. You're no Poe. I mean, he's got a big sword. He can swim. I mean, he ends up in weird places sometimes, but he can swim. We let him get hit, so we don't get hit. Are you cool with that?
If that is what is needed to preserve the knot in the weave, then that is what I will do.
Well, holy shit.
All threads of fate and energy are connected. I don't know where you'll lead us, Mina, but I know it will be both wonderful and strange.
Okay, well... I mean, if you're gonna be part of the blanket, come be part of the blanket. Let's go weave a victory or something. I don't know, I'm getting used to this.
It is an honor to accompany anyone who shows signs of Helm
Makatai. Truly. She stands.
Huh?
Sorry?
Oh, I just didn't understand the words you said.
Was that in a Theran language?
Makatai, yes, it is. To a degree. An old tongue of people. It's odd. When the language goes back old enough, it seems as though people who speak that old tongue, regardless of where they are from, they understand each other. Helm Makatai is a phrase that breaks into many words. Most simply, I suppose it would be one who causes the weave to change shape.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's go let you get hit.
I just had a realization. Do we need to, go sign Cecily up to be a magic user before we do this? Or was that just something...
No, you would have received those papers from Brennan. He wouldn't have delivered them by hand, but you would have gotten those papers sometime during those 4 weeks.
Okay, good.
So in the nation of Bella Clara, Cecily, you are now a registered spellcaster.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are there monthly meetings?
No, you had to get your learner's permit first.
Wait, what about
shit.
me,
50 hours of
Joe? Well, am I about to be in big trouble for everything that I do?
We'll say that Brendan had the foresight to say, everybody, this entire group is good.
Yay, even blood magic?
Well...
Okay, so should I avoid
blood
that
magic?
stuff?
You're just clumsy.
I just slit my wrist.
Play it off.
Gosh,
Whoops!
dang
Whoops!
it.
I'm bad with these knives. Oh, look, magic.
Gosh.
Proceeds to show incredible skill with knives.
Stab
You're like
myself and everyone else.
Sure
You're
am
like
clumsy.
Buster Keaton, but a blood magic user.
Okay, alrighty.
Oh god.
So, there we go. So now all of you are now accompanied by Mina. Now, just for transparency, she is a College of Creation bard.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, which worked out pretty well. Okay, so you return back to the fairgrounds. You return to Veronica. And as you return, can't forget about that eardrum-busting ambience of all of the people singing, playing still. And so as all of you make your way in, back into the fairgrounds, the music returns, the people shouting and laughing return. Now, at around 7:30, you return back to Captain Veronica, and as you approach with Mina, Captain Veronica definitely gives you a Mark J. Judge look, where her nose is cocked upward, and her eyes are squinting, and she... So that is who you're choosing to... Well, okay.
Hey man, the weave chose us.
Yes. Well, hopefully the light is guiding you as well. Whew. All right. Mina.
So many supernatural forces.
Alrighty.
Most things that occur are unseen.
Well, then, I guess then it is time. If you are around for maybe 15 more minutes, the match will begin, and first up is you versus the sheep herders.
Oh.
The sheep herders.
Oh.
Yes, they were the group of men who showed up just after you did.
Do we need
I
to
don't
have a
mean the
name?
size.
Oh,
Do we need a name?
yes, you will need a name, as Wanderer Helena will be the one introducing everyone. So,
The Weavers.
What was it that Poe called us in that letter?
a group of runaways.
Yeah, he had the fucking nerve to call us runaways while he was running away.
I don't know. I
Wait,
kind of like it.
Oh, wait, sorry. Okay, sorry. You'll need to get into position, head straight around 90 degrees, straight around from where you are. There will be an entrance for all of you there. Yes, I'm sending them, and you can hear that somebody is shouting out towards her, another guard. We need to get started now. The people are starting to get rowdy. They need something. All right, I'm sending them. All right, you all go, and I'll think of something. All right, go.
Okay, wow.
She shuts the book, puts it in her bag, and begins to run towards the man, heading around to the opposite end of the ring, probably to go talk to another one of the groups. So, as you make your way around the side, past different buildings, it's smack dab right in the middle of Summer's Rest, different buildings all around you, you can see that there is a set of double doors that opens up as the five of you with Mina approach and head in, and there is a fairly large 20 by 20 room inside this arena, and you can hear people above you sort of stomping and shouting, and there are several different groups in here that are just sort of congregating and talking, but you don't really have any time to look at them, drink them in, because at that moment you can hear the audience begin to slowly get quieter. And you can hear a woman's voice, elderly, but you can hear their voice clear, but it is about 10 times louder than what a normal clearing of voice would sound, almost as if their voice were amplified. With that, everyone sort of settles down to a murmur, and you can hear an elderly woman's voice begin to talk out above the rest. Hello, denizens of Summer's Rest. As all of you know, I am a wanderer. My name is Helena, and if there's anything that you need, I would prefer you address me by my name. Today's festivities are already off to a wild, crazy, and exhilarating start, as is the tradition of those who live in Summer's Rest, and as all of you have grown to be accustomed of. But the festivities can only grow from here. As is tradition in this tourney, there are anywhere between 10 to 14 groups that enter, and one group at the end of tonight will be able to ask one favor of the Fisher Estate. Anything within the realm of possibilities that the Fisher Estate can give, they will. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and my honor to introduce the members of the Fisher Estate. Your mayor and investor, Rose Fisher, and you can hear the audience uproar, and you are currently, as you edge up closer, you're near this gate, and you can see that there is, it's like a portcullis almost that will rise up when you all are allowed to enter, and you can see Rose. Not cloaked. Her face is still burned, but she seems to be wearing it more proudly, and at least carrying herself higher, thanks to you, Ashima. And then Wanderer Helena continues as Rose gives a wave. The brother managing the interior, your investor as well, Brennan Fisher.
Ooh.
And you can hear people begin to cheer, and you can see Brennan on this sort of begin to stroll out, and he says, "Oh no, thank you so much, thank you, mwah, mwah, mwah. giving kisses out. And you can see some, and Brennan is a very attractive man, so, you can see some women, they try and grab the kisses and hold them tight. He says, oh no, stop it. Smiling and heading back in, and then Helena continues and says, and in a special turn of events, it is my honor, nay, my pleasure, to bring to your attention the long-lost brother of the Fisher family, Orwin Fisher. And you can see this man begin to step forward in between Rose and Brennan. And you can see Rose and Brennan are, well, they're definitely more average-sized humans, both of them about the same stature and build, even the same face shape. But then there is this, behemoth that begins to move in between them. Maybe a solid 6-7 inches taller than both of them. Broad-shouldered, where Brennan's hair is completely stark white with just hints of gray to it. Orwin, you can see, has got this big, bushy black beard and long black hair tied in this very intricate weave and knot, very similar to Sigrun, Master Janor's keeper. And he waves a very slight wave, definitely seeming very uncomfortable in his situation being in front of all these people, wearing thick leathers and furs as opposed to the very different contrast of Brennan and Rose, who are wearing very fine, very nice regalia. He smiles, very soft, grandpa-like smile for a face so young, and nods and slowly steps back. A very stark contrast between all three of these siblings. And Wanderer Helena continues. So, ladies and gentlemen, the 3 Fisher children all have returned for this night of spectaculars. A day of feasting and fighting that will be unparalleled to anything Summer's Rest, nay. Not just Summer's Rest, not just Bella Clara, not just the Salamander coast, but that this prime material plane has ever seen. I have been to the far reaches of Cartasia. I have trudged through the sands. I've been to the jungles of Athera. I have been to the frozen coasts of Tarkir and to the rolling plateaus of Macavia. But nothing will compare to this evening of festivities and fighting. And with that, there is this roar from the crowd, completely sold on her baseless claim that, as somebody, Ashima, who is very traveled, sure, this is fun, but no. But she knows how to work the crowd, and they are amped, and they begin to shout, and her voice begins to boom even louder, and she says, so, it is with my pleasure, I grant you your first combatants for this day. We have, from the exteriors of Water's Wake and the Temple's District connecting Summer's Rest and Water's Wake, the Sheep Herders. And the portcullis on the opposite end opens up, and you can see that there is 7 of them, all dressed very the same in rough-spun clothing, small bits and patches of leather to provide some protection with clubs, and definitely not holding them like they know how to use them, really just to maybe whack at animals if they happen to get too close or too rowdy. Definitely not trained fighters. But 7 of them make their way into the ring, and they kind of stand haphazardly. And then there is a small bit of applause for them. Yeah, sheep herders! And then there is, Helena continues, and she says, and from your very city, Summer's Rest, employed by the Fisher estate themselves, hired contractors, mercenaries, I present the... And she starts to look around. And you can see Veronica kind of run over and like open up a journal just having got up there. And looks, and you can see that Helena's like looking at all these names. The spider, are you kidding? Why'd you write that? I don't know. It just people, not just from Summer's Rest, not just employed by the Fisher estate, but those who have found a common bond in running away from things that held them back, now embracing one another underneath the love and kindness of the Fisher estate. I present the Runaways. And the people, they cheer exorbitantly loud for all of you as they know you. The portcullis lifts, and as the four of you enter with Mina, people are shouting and cheering some of your names. They are clapping for you. Some of them shouting out specific names. Bianca, I know her. I bought a health tonic from her. Bianca Dusan. And oh, that's the Bronze Shiv. I saw him one time in Water's Wake. He's a great fighter. Just people shouting out different names. Oh, I've seen her with Master Drenor. I've seen her before. The Cecily. That's the monk, the Lushari monk. And people just shouting out all of these things. It's celebrity-like. And overshadowing entirely this group of sheep herders who entered the fight. So, with that, all of you enter. The portcullis shuts behind each one of you, and you can see Helena slowly walk across the beam that serves as a railing between the audience and the fighting pit. And she says, "So, my fellow Restians, I implore you, let us give a warm, hearty welcome to both of these combatants, and may the best fighter win. Let the fight begin!" And she snaps her fingers, and there is this shooting of fireworks that explode from her hand. In different colors of red and gold and purple, and sometimes even changing color as they're in the air. Let me move you all to the fighting pit. So,
nice.
You all can see this is generally what the area looks like. You just entered in from right there. The five of you, they are very scattered across the area, and I would like all of you to please roll for initiative.
God, it's been so long.
Indeed.
Oh, God.
Has.
Well, Cecily,
Bloodlust.
Rusty.
It's a little rusty. A little rusty. Oh, wow, okay. All right. Well, that's funny. Okay, let me go ahead and
We're just
roll
going to get a
initiative.
barrage of farmers clubbing us.
All right.
Or we can do
Joe,
anything.
just so I
Reactionary.
know, okay, so is it like regular fighting, but just like not killing people, or is it like punching? Are we like punching them, or are we allowed to use weapons?
You're allowed to use weapons, yeah.
Okay.
Weapons
I'm
and
like, I
magic
don't want to
are
like.
both allowed.
Okay, I didn't want to like pull out a gun and just be like overly aggressive.
Yeah, some of the things you're gonna have to be a little
Disqualified.
creative. Some of the things you're gonna have to be a little creative in describing non-lethal damage.
I know, because I was like, meh. I'm all lethal.
Okay. Let me go ahead and pop
Have to
this out.
tase them or something,
Yeah.
rather than singe their flesh. Just
Okay, so with that, let me
Wax
just do,
bullets.
let me just do one more thing here. G, 85E, NPC actions, traits, reactions. I don't think I have any. Okay. Club attack. Alrighty. So with that, we go ahead and wait a second. Where's the initiative tracker at? Wait a minute. Did it disappear? On my screen, it did. That's awkward.
It's just not in order in mine.
Yeah,
Like it still has Desmond first.
Yeah, it's disappeared on my screen. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and sort by descending. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, look at that. Looky there. Looky there, looky there. And then,
good.
As is tradition...
Tradition.
We are going to go ahead and... Oh no! Where's it? Alright, we'll do that one. Heck yeah. Alright. There we go. Turn order set. And with that, we are good to go. So that means up first, we have Commoner up here in the back. An older man, scraggly beard, balding head, has the club holding it in both of his hands, and he is just going to slowly make his way 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, make his way straight to the center, just kind of slowly jogging, seeing the threat that is in front of him. Then we come to Mina. Mina is going to... Oh, bless you. She's gonna go ahead and let's see here. Yep, okay. So starting right there, she is going to go ahead and cast Fairy Fire. I'm gonna go and draw a shape here. Draw a shape in red. Just gonna go ahead and cast Fairy Fire there. So that means all of those people in that cube, they all need to make dexterity saving throws against DC 16. 2, 14, 2, wow, 14, 17, 10. Okay, so one of them succeeds, and that is this one right here. So all of the rest of them, they shed dim light in a 10-foot radius, and attack rolls against them have advantage. So these ones are all fairy fired.
Nice.
Everybody except for one. You can see all of them. The audience kind of go, ooh, like they are in it. As that was a firework display to sort of rival Helena, as these like shreds of orange and gold light are just cascading down on top of these farmers. So that's the end of her turn. She'll stay right there. And then we come to this person right here who was one of the only people to not get burned. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's their turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, then we come to Bianca.
Since no one's made the first move and she doesn't want to be overly aggressive, I'm going to go with that since she's seen these tournaments before, she knows it's non-lethal, but she knows her weapons. So she, instead of bringing bullets, brought frozen blueberries. And is going to use those bullets. And she's going to... hurt. Well, it's like paintball. They hurt, but, you know, you're not going to die. She's going to shoot, just pull it out with her little frozen blueberries. And she's going to aim at the one nearest to them.
Okay, this one right here?
I don't know how to... Yes, I'm like, I forgot how to tap that. So that's what I'll do.
All right, go ahead and roll for an attack.
Alrighty.
Hey, what caliber is your gun? It's a blueberry.
It depends on the size of the blueberry.
5 points of damage? Okay. So, you shoot it off, and we'll say, because of magic, it works. And you shoot it off, and like a paintball pellet slams into the arm, and the farmer, they just sort of grab onto their arm, the sheep herder, they grab, and they fall over onto the ground, just sort of writhing in pain.
And I'm literally under my breath just gonna be like, I'm so sorry. And then that's my turn.
Okay, all right. That one is unconscious.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay. So then this one, seeing that, is going to 5, 10, 15, is going to hide behind this pole right here. All right, Shima, it's your turn.
Okay. He doesn't really want to do this either. But I'll say that this morning, in order to not like hit anyone too hard with his staff, has wrapped it in like blankets and like like those American Gladiator Q-tip things.
Yeah, where they wrap the foam around the ends.
Yeah, so he's got that with like blankets, so it doesn't like really hurt anyone too bad. He's just gonna go 5 feet. Free action, just look the guy in the eye, say sorry, and go for a quarterstaff strike to try and just flavoring it, not actually trying to use the mechanic to sweep him off his feet.
Okay. That's a hit. You do sweep him off his feet. He hits his head on the ground. Luckily, it's like they use sand here. So it doesn't hurt too much, but as he slips and falls, he goes, I yield! As he's holding on to the back of his head.
I'll leave him there. And then I'll move down here, and then use my, again, sorry, unarmed strike palm, like upwards on the chin.
Okay.
I better way to get my character sheet. Here we go.
That hits. All right. And crack. You smack him up on the jaw, and it not crack it. Poof! It just smacks him in the under. And he I bit my tongue. Oh, and he falls over. I yield.
Hold your tongue back. Very good.
Got another.
Well taken.
Another person yielding. Okay. So there we go. Alrighty. Anything else, Ashima?
Nope, that's it for me.
Okay, this commoner right here is going to, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Actually, wait a second. I think that they might be able to get over. Okay, yeah. All right. They're going to get over here, and they're just going to take a club swing at you. And that is... Wait, maybe. Is that popping up? There we go. 17.
That hits. That's my AC.
And that is 3 points of bludgeoning damage. So they crack, slam you in the arm, and they're just like, they go to like wallop you, and they make contact because you're not expecting them to do anything, but this is hurt a little bit.
Goodness.
But that is the end of their turn. Desmond, it's your turn. Are you going to use acid?
I want to use my vial of hellfire.
The old Russian wrestling style.
I'm gonna go 5.
Burn like wool!
20, 25, 30. I guess I'll bonus action. I guess I'm not disengaging I'm not moving out of combat if I go right here, am I, with this guy?
No.
Okay. I am going to get my sneak attack, go to the one next to Ashima, and I'm gonna pull out. I hope this. I just think this is funny. So instead of using my slingshot, I'm just gonna take out my sack of rocks and slam it across the back of his head.
Okay.
Can I just flavor that to be my slingshot attack?
Yeah. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Because it would, if anything, we'll just count it as a club. So that's fine.
Okay.
There's a rule set for improvised weapons, so it doesn't really matter this much in this setting. Okay, slingshot.
Yeah, we're
That's it. That
hey,
hits.
the rule book for improvised weapons here.
Crack him on the back of the head. I yield as he drops on down and does to his knees.
And then I am going to do the thing where people try to rile up the crowd, going like, yeah, like throwing my arms up, trying to get the crowds into it and pointing at random people.
Make a performance check with advantage.
Hey.
With advantage, yeah. You never should have come here. Okay, so you're just like working the crowd, and they're shouting, and you point at one guy, and he's like, "Oh, he pointed at me! He pointed at me! Yes!" Freaking out. Okay.
This is his forte.
Alrighty, cool. Anything else, Desmond?
That's it.
Alrighty, Cecily, it is your turn. What are you doing?
Alright. First thing I'm gonna do is say, fuck, Desmond, this is exactly what you don't need. And then I am going to I'm on the ruler. I got a yoink. Okay.
Got a
I'm gonna yoink.
Yoink it.
Right here. And I'm gonna, at the one that's been fairy fired,
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp, but I'm gonna try to just cast it on, like, my pinky finger. And then I'm just gonna say to them, hey, hold still.
Okay. All right, it's with advantage, so you can see if you get a crit. Sorry, I forgot about that. That was what the red dots were.
Right, yeah. Not that it's mattered.
Yep. All right, roll for damage. All right.
I want to tase them, just like.
And they fall over.
You like the little bzzz.
No, I yield, just whimpering.
All right, I'm just gonna kind of look at my poor one and just kind of, oh, shit, sorry, I'm working on it. And then I'm just gonna stand there, like I'm not like combat stance. I'm just gonna be like, well, okay, and I'm just gonna end my turn standing plainly right there in the middle of the ring.
Okay, alrighty, given the worst performance ever. Here we go. That one is going to look at the person behind them and just give a very sad shake of their head and just sort of drop the club. And the person behind them is going to drop their club, and they're both going to raise their hands and go, "We yield! We yield!"
We say it twice.
And they yield, and you can hear
Desmond gives a battle cry.
the audience loves it, and you can see the farmers. They slowly get up, helping each other, some battered and bruised, helping each other out of the arena as the portcullis opens. And Helena says, "Well, there we have it, our first victors of the morning and of the day. Well, an exciting and very fast duel indeed, over in the blink of an eye. It speaks to the ferocity and of the tenacity of the fighters below. Another round of applause for the runaways." And with that, the audience, yeah, woo, yeah, they just continue to scream and shout. And they say...
But also the sheep herders, they did their best.
Did great.
Sheep herders are already out of the arena. With that, the sheep herders have left, all of you now, taking in your victory. And Helena says, well, that concludes my moderation of tonight's of the tourney's fighting pits until the final battle, which, if this is any way to gauge how the rest of the evening will go, I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, we will see the runaways there. So, it was a pleasure, but if you'd like to be regaled with any stories, you can find me in the Maplewood Grove. It's been a pleasure, but I must bid you adieu for the time being. And she snaps, and there's this poof of smoke, and when the smoke clears, she's gone. The audience is like dumbfounded. The portcullis opens behind all of you, and you are free to make your way out and continue to pursue some of the other activities of the day. Finishing up your fight, it's only 8 o'clock maybe, after the introductions and all of that. But unless you wanted to milk the crowd at all, that was the gates open, ready for you to leave.
Desmond's gonna walk out giving like a Freddie Mercury fist in the air.
Alrighty, sounds good to me. So you do that, and then the rest of you head back out. There are some people who approach you and say, oh, great job on the fight. That was wonderful work. I loved seeing you in the ring. It was amazing. Just sort of giving you praises. And then moving on. So now, with that, you have probably about 3, maybe 4 hours until your next fight, moving on up in the bracket. So, what games or activities would you all like to participate in? I will say, Mina does say, I will be waiting here for all of you to return. I find it not great for me to participate in these activities, as most people tend not to take a very great liking to me. But I will stay here and wait for your return.
Okay. Someone want to see me fuck up a dude dressed as a bug? Because I want to do that one. And I am going to, if I need to, use alter self to make myself look like an adult. So I can.
I was gonna do that separately. I was gonna do. You want to make a bet? I will put 10 gold down right now that I can do it.
Like first, because I mean I'm also gonna do it.
Oh, I know. Whoever can do it. I don't believe you can.
What even is being wrestled?
I mean, I don't know. Actually, I assume you just have to knock him down.
So, you've fought, and now... On second thought, Mina, would you enjoy having company? I may share your opinion.
Oh, well, yes, I would always be happy to have someone to talk to.
Certainly, I would be very interested in hearing more about Afera. I will catch up with you all later with your conquest over a thing.
Yes, it's a bug man. We're gonna fight a bug man. Alright, cool, bye.
Human spider.
Bianca, is there prizes at these things? Because that's really my only motivation. Other than I think it'll be a little funny.
Oh yeah, normally they vary from activity and year to year. Some years they've been really, really interesting and cool. Some years I think it's not worth the time. So I'd ask what the prize is, but yeah, you get something.
Alright. Well, you're on, Desmond. 10 gold.
Exactly what I wanted to hear.
Alright. So, that's now a bet. And then, yeah, I guess me and Desmond at least will head to the Umber Hulk thing. Maybe Bianca will join.
Oh yeah, I want to watch.
Okay.
I guess the bet is if both of us can do it, who does it quicker? I assume.
I'll check in with you all in a couple of hours just to make sure no one is seriously injured.
Okay.
They'll be fine.
Alrighty. So, very cool. So, the group of you head over towards the northernmost part of the city, right near the gate, which is where Wrestle the Umber Hulk is, and you can see a dwarvish man, long, fiery red beard, shaven bald head, standing next to a taller human. Definitely not any type of large race, but maybe 6'5", 6'7", somewhere around there. Very, very bulky, broad build, covered in these chitinous plates, and almost like rooted into the ground, not moving at all. And the dwarvish man says, "Hello, friends, hello, please, come on, come on. We have Wrestle the Umber Hulk. Do you want to test your strength? Do you believe that you can compete with the miners down beneath your feet for strength? The miners below you, day in and day out, they fight horrible beasts just like this large monstrosity here, sometimes with their bare hands when no weapons are available. So, if you think you got what it takes, then you can take the pot. Currently, the pot is at..." You can see him pull out a small ledger, and he says, "The pot is currently at 15 gold pieces. 15 people have come and tried to knock down this monstrosity, but 15 have failed. If you think you have the strength, approach now and win the pot." So,
Okay.
here's the spiel.
Can you
Pull
two
out a
just...
gold coin. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Can you two just cover me up real quick? And I'm gonna tuck in a corner. I'm like, all right, come on, weave, work with me. I'm gonna look weird, okay? Just pretend you know me. Everything's fine. This isn't an accident. And I am gonna use Alter Self, and I'm gonna use the change appearance feature, which will not change any of my stats, but I want to look like a muscly, tattooed dwarf woman in her 40s.
Okay. Sure,
So,
yeah.
my strength is still 8. But I'm gonna try to look the part, and then I'm gonna try to do some magic shit to look like I won. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of. Yeah. Presumably, my vocal cords change with me as well. Because this is not disguised self. This is alter self.
Yeah,
so.
you are changing your being to be this person. Okay.
I imagine I kind of just quickly, cartoonishly, like, I'm just suddenly a middle-aged, tattooed dwarven woman.
Alrighty.
You know, I hate to admit it, Cecily, but you're getting pretty good at that shit.
Person
I'd
I
like
know?
to think so. Alright,
I'm gonna pull out a gold coin. Heads, I go first. Tails, you. Actually, no, tails, I go first because I have a tail.
You know, that sounds fair to me. Go ahead, Desmond.
Alright, I am going to, I guess, roll a d4, so odd is tails and even is heads. Tails. Okay. So I will go first. I will march myself up to this bald dwarf man, and I will...
So, you think you got what it takes?
I'm gonna look him right in the eye. I know I do.
That is what I like to hear. 1 gold, my good man.
I'll slap it into his hand.
And he bites it. It's real, in case anyone was curious. And so he...
Oh, jeez, that wasn't funny, but oh man.
Oh, that's good.
Sorry.
I was curious.
Thank you, bald half orc. So this guy, he gets it. So he opens the gate and he lets you in, and you are now in a small 7x7 square pen with a man in full like plate chitinous armor, and all you have to do is knock him over.
Okay. How does this work? Do we roll initiative, or do I just describe what I'm trying to do?
You describe what you're trying to do. He's not attacking you. He's standing still.
Okay. Well, I am going to... How tall is this man? Like 6 foot?
6 foot
something?
6, 6 foot 7, yeah.
Okay. I am going to, as quickly as I can, try to dart around behind him. And similar to what I did when I was fighting the Iron Gut in our session .75, I am going to slam my hands into the back of his knee and try to just shove him over by taking, like, dead legging him.
Okay. I'd like you to go ahead and make 1 strength check. Okay. Alrighty. So you run around and you swing up and crack into the back of the knee, and you definitely see him begin to bend and kind of make this, and he's slowly beginning to fall. We're going to see if he can catch his balance. It's a 3! You see, as this raucous noise begins to fill the entire area, and the dwarvish man, like, flicking the coin in his hand, he looks back, smiles, looks back to the audience. Wait, what? As he looks back. You know. ladies and gentlemen, we have our winner, the Dragonborn, Desmond O'Malley. Congratulations.
Yeah, what? I'm gonna thrust my hands into the air, and then I'm gonna point both of my fingers at Dwarvish Cecily, and just march my way back to the dwarf.
Alrighty.
That was pure luck. Pure luck.
Sure.
Okay, so you knock it down, and you get 15 gold. Oh, well, 16. You get your pot back, right, what you put in. So you get 16 gold. And then also, he takes out 5 iron tokens that seem to be inscribed with the crest of Summer's Rest, a gem in between 2 mountain peaks. He says, all right, these are your badges for this activity. So at the end of the day, when you are all finished up, those can be taken to different vendors around town for free products.
Good job, Desmond.
Thank
That
you.
was really impressive.
I used to be a professional fighter, so it should have been.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
I did. Wasn't worth bringing
It was
up.
only for like a month, but it was a pretty good month. Fun fact, I hold the Waters Wake fighting ring record for the most victories in a row. 17.
That's very, very impressive.
You know, I don't like to admit it, but yeah, you had that part of town pretty much controlled. That's why I never went over there. Everybody was giving their money to the fighting ring. You know, I don't really see much point in trying to play now. I mean, you already got the entire pot. Doesn't really matter if I get them.
I can add some gold.
What's he? You just going?
Just
Are you
add
just
it.
going to? Oh, I thought you were going to just like fail 10 times. That would be real fucking funny.
Oh, no, I would just offer 15 so that you could play.
Alright, well, I mean, I'll play. I don't know if I'm gonna beat Desmond be that fast, but what I'm gonna do is pretty funny.
Well, I want to see that. You're gonna
Okay,
go to the guy and be like, "Here, 15 gold, so we can keep seeing people do shit and throw it in the pot."
Okay. So, as you guys have been going back and forth in this time having this conversation, there were 2 more people that did try and knock him down after seeing Desmond, thinking it would be easy. Each one putting 1 gold in, and each one failing. The first one being a rather skinny. If Desmond was a human, they're about the same build. And you see them kind of like run up and try and slam their shoulder into the chest of the man in the chitness plate, and just that hurts. Okay. And the man says, "Oh, better look next time, skinny." And then another older man approaches, who's fairly muscly and broad, just tries to pick up the guy and throw him down, but can't even get him lifted up off the ground. He says, "You win this time, you youngin'." Turns around and heads out. "Oh, so sorry, old timer." Back in the pot, any more takers? And there's more people who are about to approach as Cecily, you and Bianca are approaching.
I think Hildy Dildy the jumper needs to try. That's me.
Put it in the pot.
Well, Hildy Dildy, I'd be more than happy to see you try.
Yeah, it's always good to see another dwarven kind around these parts.
Kind of just cocks an eye at you. Well, there's a lot of us, so probably, yes, you've probably seen a lot of us here.
Oh, I'm new. Oh, I'm from the mountains of Hilde. Oh. Anyway, here's my gold piece.
Ah! That is what I care about. And he takes the gold piece, he bites it. It's real! If anyone was curious, put the gold about.
Good. You know what? I'm always curious.
Thank
Being
you.
a dwarf.
session is so good. Oh,
he looks at you and he says, "All right, well, here you go." There was some definitely flirtatious energy with him at the beginning, but it's all gone now. It's kaput. It's gone.
Yes.
Yeah. He opens
Anyone that ever flirts with Cecily will regret it within seconds. That's the rule. All right, so
opens the gate and shuts it once you get in. You can see the very stout, tall man just grunt at you as you enter.
Okay, does this pen have a ceiling, or is it open?
It's open.
Okay, that's still good. We're still fine. So, I'm just gonna get in there and just start, like, fucking moving around like this. And what I'm gonna do...
Oh, wait a second. Sorry, wait.
I
didn't see it. How are you moving around?
Alright, I think you did, but... So I'm gonna kind of just be moving around, just kind of get some footwork going. Just, yeah, I'm just gonna be kind of jumping around and just... They call Hilda Dilda the jumper because you got to jump to catch me because I jump. And then my plan here is I now have meta magic. I can use subtle spell.
Oh god!
So I'm gonna spend. Joe, you with me?
Yeah.
You with me?
I'm
okay.
with you.
I'm gonna spend one of my newly acquired sorcery points and use subtle spell, and I'm gonna cast jump. So what I'm gonna do is, as I'm doing footwork, I'm just gonna be like, bet you can't jump after me, huh? Bet you can't do the jump. And I'm just gonna be like batting him in the chest, and during one of those whaps, I'm going, well, no, not that word anymore, but during one of those baps, I'm going to cast jump on him with subtle spell. So the plan here is that I am goading him into jumping after me. Unbeknownst to him, I have cast jump on him, so he doesn't know that his jump distance is tripled, and hopefully he just jumps right into the wall and falls over. That is my plan.
Okay, yeah, you're trying to goad him. All right, okay, I got you. So he kind of just grunting at you. Go ahead and make a either intimidation, persuasion, or performance. All of them make sense in this scenario.
Well, I'm proficient in 2 of them, so go ahead and try performance.
Okay.
It's alright.
Okay, so he kind of looks at you, and he spreads out his feet a little bit more, and he says, "There's no way you can jump higher than me, even with all this armor on. I mean, you're what, you're what, 3.5 feet tall? No!
Or you just go ahead, you try to jump as high as you can. You aren't going to be able to jump as high as Hilda the jumper."
Oh, I'm sure I can jump as high as you can. I've already got a 3-foot head start, I do. See him like he goes into a very wide sumo stance and like drops down, and it's like you cast jump on him, right?
Yeah, I cast jump on him with subtle spell, so no one saw it, but his jump distance is tripled.
Oh god.
And he's jumping with all of his might.
Yep, yeah he is. Yeah he is. Okay. Let me just get a little something out of the way here real quick.
He's gonna die.
It's fall damage.
He's with all that armor, he's gonna die.
Could you imagine, like, the festivities just, like, stop? Because someone...
So wait, it's tripled, right?
Yeah, it's tripled, and then I think I forget exactly the rules for long jump and high jump, but
I just looked
it's
it up.
a fucking lot.
That's what I looked up. Yeah. So you see him crouch and he's going to jump with all of his might, and he says, "I'd like to see you beat this." He squats, and he jumps, what normally would have been 7 feet. He jumps 21 feet up into the air. Woo! And he starts to scream.
He's dead. This man is going to die.
And he's screaming, and he's falling, and he's like waving his arms, and he's like, "No!" And he begins to kind of drift away from the pin and begins to slowly coast outside of the area and slam down into someone's cart. And he slams down, and you can see a man. Desmond, you freak out. You know this man. And he goes, "No! My beats! No!
Yes!
My God! Why?" And you can see the man in the chitinous armor just covered in beet juice, just, "Get me Priestess Shayna, please." And the guy's like, "But what about my beats?"
I'm gonna beat that. I do a victory stance and just, "He fell, did he not? He'll the dildo." Oh fuck, it's the beat guy. Oh shit, I need to get out of here. Oh god, oh fuck. Oh, not the beat guy.
Looks around, and Desmond, you can see the beat guy makes eye contact with you. Not even ignoring the dwarvish woman who's in the pen, but just knowing you, goes, "You did this, didn't you?"
I'm gonna.
And he drops down crying.
Finger guns, and then I'm going to just book it away.
Okay. Cecily, the dwarvish guy, is like, "Well, here's your 2 gold, I suppose. We'll have to put a pause on the game, everyone." And everyone kind of groans, but then they're kind of Cecily, as you're running away, and be like, "Hildy Dildy, the great jumper of Mountain Dingledorf. Wow, that's pretty crazy."
It's Mount Dilde Hilde.
Dilde Hilde? Oh, sorry. Never heard of that mountain before.
Did Ashima hear the crash from where he was?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, you're on the opposite end of town, yeah.
Oh man.
So,
okay.
Desmond darts.
A very good thing.
Cecily, do you dart as well?
Run away.
Yeah, I'll grab my 2 coins and just jog after him, and then once I catch up, I'll back into 15-year-old Cecily. Going on 16 now, but I'm gonna going on 16. But I'm gonna I'm gonna turn back into Cecily, and I'm just going to be cackling. Just like Ashima taught me to do with the pies. I'm going to be laughing so much and just fall on the floor and be rolling.
Desmond is also laughing.
Yeah. I'm gonna share in this moment with Desmond.
Run and Bianca just watch that happen.
I guess so.
Still standing there.
After Cecily's done rolling, I will offer my hand to help her stand back up.
Alright. And she'll just, whoo!
And when you grab onto my hand, 8 of the 16 gold that I won is in it, and I will give you half of the pot.
Aww.
Yep. Half seems fair.
That was really good, Cecily. I needed that.
Yeah. Well,
And the
when you don't
guy,
actually
I don't
know
if
jack
you meant
shit about
to.
fighting.
Did you mean to send him into the beat guy? Because that was icing on the cake.
I
That
never
was
meant
so
to hurt the beat guy. I never meant to hurt the beat guy. I never did. Okay. God, Poe's missing a lot.
Okay, so Bianca, do you catch up with them, or do you just stand there?
With them eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna run after them, but I will go towards them.
You do hear the beat guy weeping for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm just the awkwardness of me walking up with these two and now that happens, she's just gonna be like, okay,
Okay.
this way.
Woo-wee. Alrighty, so with that, as the three of you reconvene, ready to head to maybe one more game and then back to the arena, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break there. Be back in 5. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying so far, laughing like we are, leave a follow. Not leave a follow, just follow it. Don't leave a follow. Pick it up and give it. I don't know.
Take it and run.
Take it and run. But yeah, so we'll be back in 5, and we will have some more activity, some more fighting, and probably see some more hijinks. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back. Wave again. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are back. It's good to be back. And we've got stuff to do. That's right. Possum Costume is back. We are all back.
Thanks,
hello, all of you.
Thanks for the subscriber gold, Shane.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so, I think that we can just go ahead and dive right back in. So, last we had left off, all of you had won your first place in the tourney. Your companion Poe had gone off to do something somewhere for some reason. And, well, now all of you have a new member of your party, Mina. She is a tiefling from Afera, and Ashima and her seem to be off on the right start, but some of the rest of the party, you're not too sure about her. So, you make friends with her, you decide to accept her, needing the extra person in your party, and from there, you proceed to go throughout the tourney and throughout the festival in its entirety. So, already participating a little bit, you played Wrestle the Umber Hulk, and now you can continue to play some other games. During Wrestle the Umber Hulk, Desmond was able to knock the Umber Hulk over in one try, but Cecily was able to do it in one try as well, using goading and jump, the spell jump, and broke the poor beat seller's cart. So all of you now running away, you have recoiled, you have caught your breath, and now you can go ahead and play another game of your choice, or participate in an activity, if you'd like. So, just in case Cecily wanted to play any games, there was the Geode Break, Find the Gem in the Rock Pile, Trick the Wig, and then the other games for all of you were the Minor Spirits, which is really just fancy alcohol sales, the Gemstone Jig, which is a dancing competition, and Fire in the Hole, which is explosive cornhole.
You need a pair for cornhole?
Do you need what?
Like 2 people to, like, is it like a team thing? I was just curious how it worked. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really liking the Indiana culture entering our fantasy.
Yeah.
Is anybody here in chat? Do you call it bags? Like, are you incorrect, or are you correct and call it cornhole?
You call it what only my small corner of the U.S. calls it, the right thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Normally I'm against
Listen.
gatekeeping, but when it comes to cornhole, it's not bags, it is cornhole.
I'm sorry. How much corn do they grow in Chicago? That's what I thought.
So bags, cornhole, it is you're throwing small bits of explosive into holes.
So,
It's right up my alley.
I will just say, meta-wise, Cecily is a little insulted that she's only technically allowed to play the kids' games. And I don't want to use Alter Self again before we have to actually do the tournament thing.
How long does Alter Self last? Or wait, you changed back. Never mind.
Yeah, I changed back. It's over. But it does last a while. But yeah, so if you guys want to do corn explosion holes, I am... Cecily will just watch, and that is fine. She had her fun.
Unless someone else really wants to, Bianca probably won't join anything. She definitely doesn't care for drinking, and she's not as competitive as Desmond.
Cameron is really interested in explosion cornhole. Desmond likes winning competition, so if anybody else wants to do any of those things, I also wouldn't mind doing the drinking competition. It is only like 11 o'clock at this point. Probably not even that late, is it?
Well, after those festivities, it would probably be 10:30, 11. There is also the dancing competition.
Yeah, which that interests Felicity, but Bianca's not a dancer by any means. So if Desmond mentions anything, Bianca will probably join him for the next one, just because she will want to do something, but she's not gonna suggest it first.
Seems like group consensus is cornhole is interesting. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I don't know if Ashima is going to pop back in with Mina and be like, "Yeah, we actually do want to do cornhole," or maybe Ashima likes dancing.
Depending on,
I want to see Ashima dance personally.
I kind of do.
I was actually thinking about it with my hijacks. Just kind of why I wanted to come back at like the 2-hour mark right before.
Okay, so yeah, there's no problem there. I mean, at this point, Ashima, you probably would have gotten word to where you and Mina are that, yeah, there was this dwarf named Hildedurder the Jumper who made this, like, guy go flying up in the air 20 feet, and he landed on a cart full of beets. It's crazy.
We should go, Mina.
And that was Cecily, wasn't it? I'll take that for a yes.
Not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Not a doubt in my mind. Oh yeah, you can't see me nod because my video is behind. But yes.
Okay. So, you head up and out, and eventually you reconvene right as they are about to be at the area where Explosive Cornhole is, which is closer towards the river. Desmond, this is actually a familiar spot for you because this is where you, Poe dived off into the water, and you decided to run along the riverbed. Didn't work out for you now. Hopefully you'll have better luck here. Also, Cameron, could you try and turn your video on and off? Because right now you're just a green screen.
Hey!
Hey, you're back.
Look at that.
There it is.
Thank you for letting me know. I did not know that was a thing.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, as you are looking for Ashima and Mina, eventually they do reconvene with the 3 of you, 5 of you back together now. You can see Ashima approaching, I'm sure with furrowed eyebrows.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not very upset.
It wasn't as bad as it probably sounded. I promise.
Why don't I hear the story from you all first? That's only fair.
I mean, I wasn't there. Hilda Dilda was there. And she was crazy. I mean, what can I say?
She was.
Cecily, you realize that there's no point in lying.
Yeah, I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just saying Hilda Dilda did it. I'm taking no blame.
Yes, well, as she couldn't be around for repercussions, I'm afraid. Did you hurt anyone?
It's possible that Hilda Dilda's actions caused some pain, yeah.
Yes, and
I mean, what a shame that would be.
Why did this Hilda Dilda do that?
I mean, I guess because it was funny.
Right. Not exactly what I meant by my lesson with the pies, but still, I see good intention and purity of heart. Why don't I, Mina, my apologies, why don't I accompany you all for the next activity?
No, that is very fine and well. I will return to the Maplewood Grove, and when you are ready to return to the pit, come and find me there.
So, you must remind me of
No, Dad's gotta come watch kids.
If you don't break people's property and limbs, I won't need to be called that.
I didn't do anything. And also,
it was all about winning a game. Like,
okay, all right.
And they did it very well.
All right.
To be fair,
that's fine.
Cecily didn't make the guy jump into the beat cart.
I didn't do anything. Hilda Dilda's in the past. Let's move on as friends. Let's just
very good. Let's continue. What is fun here? What kind of fun we do?
Well, I heard there's this game where you throw explosives into a hole. We're headed there.
So the dancing competition, which I almost every year watch because I think it's fascinating. The different kind of dancing people can do.
Doesn't that sound much more fun?
Throwing explosives?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I know. Okay. I will
try
regardless. I will.
Well, do you want to do the dancing competition?
I would, but that yes.
Well,
Wait,
they already did a thing.
Wait, Ashima, you're gonna dance?
Well, yes.
I think since they already did their thing, we should.
All right, well now that's fun. No, that's that's good. Oh, that's good.
What's funny about it?
Nothing yet.
I mean, isn't
you mean to imply you mean to imply that I am a poor dancer?
You know, Ashima, I mean to see. Because this sounds
wise, laconic, and your soon downfall. Bianca, what is it? Partners, singles, freeform, certain styles.
It's different every year, but let's go find out.
Yes. Partners. Let's do it.
All right, Bianca will lead us to the dancing competition.
Okay. Alrighty. So the dancing competition is actually held in the Maplewood Grove. And there are instruments set up around, typically around what would a pretty solid stand-in for a maypole, and that is part of what makes the jig so difficult. So as you approach, you can see that there are elevated platforms where there are musicians holding different instruments, getting ready to play songs. As you can see, there are a number of people who are wanting to win approaching. And you can see this year, they've definitely gone above and beyond, where they have set up, like I said, a maypole, but attached to the maypole is 6 different spines of wood that jut out and then back into the maypole at the very bottom, creating this almost diamond shape. Very hollow, but you can see that attached to the top there are these different strands of cloth and satin and leather that gleam and glow these different colors in the daylight, shimmering and shining. And each dancer that is approaching is holding a different strand. And you can see that there are about 4 or 5 more positions available out of about 10. So it's only about half full right now. So as you approach, seeing all of that, you can see that there is an older man, half-orc, 2 small teeth jutting out of his underbite, and he says, if you believe that you have the most dexterous feet or the best abilities of performance, try your luck with the gemstone jig. Try your best to bob and weave and not only avoid your fellow contestants, not only to show that you have more stamina than them, but also to try and create a beautiful diamond from the wraps and cloths that you have at your disposal. The last dancer will get a reward. The most fabulous dancer will receive a reward, and the most ingenuitive dancer will receive a reward. The entry for the tourney, for those interested, we still have 5 open spots, is 5 silver per person.
spring pole even. Interesting. Balcony do it with a pole, and the east we do it in a garden of sand. All right, well, I'm entering. And I'll look at the old man and say, I may not have the most dexterous feet, but I certainly have perhaps the largest. Here's 5 silver for you.
Well, thank you, my good man. 5 silver. Please pick any of the strands of cloth available still.
Well, Desmond, do you want to join? You're pretty dexterous. You might actually win.
The idea of winning is very, very tempting.
Do it, Desmond.
I'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
You've talked me into it.
Didn't take much.
That's really difficult.
Well,
okay. Seeing Desmond come in, I'm gonna hold him for just one moment and say, Desmond, observe the other dancers. Which one do you think would be the best? We'll need to be avoiding people and displaying acrobatics.
Looking at.
Can I like? Go ahead.
Oh, I was probably about to say the same thing you were.
Probably.
If you were just going to ask about looking around.
You want to like size up some of the people.
Yeah.
See like who would be like an easy person to get around at the start.
We'll look together and we'll discuss a game plan.
Okay, yeah. One of you can go ahead and make an insight check with advantage, or you can make your own individual checks.
You should make an insight check with advantage.
Yes, I've got proficiency.
And much higher wisdom.
Okay. Not very high stakes. You can kind of take your time as the last 3 contestants are entering, paying their silver, which, Desmond, go ahead and mark off 5 silver for entering the game there. Okay, so, you can see that there's really only 2 people that seem to stand any threat, per se. The rest of them, they just seem to be normal commoners or travelers from far-off lands who want to take part in these festivities. But there is one woman who is wearing this very thin, very loose satin clothing, who is doing these very, very stretches a dancer would do before they go on for a performance. This very light, almost like mocha complexion, and her hair is tied back in a ponytail, just all straight back. But wearing these beautifully decadent clothes. And then there is another man who is wearing this very fine tunic and trousers with knee-high boots, and is very thin and lithe, and seems to have the body of somebody who knows how to be light on their feet. Elvish, slight pointed ears, with a complexion of more yellowish golds. But the 2 of them seem to be the most intimidating of the dancers.
We'll want to stay out of their way to begin with. It's hard to dance past the people who are stumbling over their feet, but they will be our problem.
All right,
Not many spots left. We should hurry.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, alrighty. So the 2 of you head in, and at about that point, as you were sort of watching and observing, as you get to your strands of cloth, there are only 2 left. Desmond, you are, well, I guess either way. There is one strap of a deep dyed leather that is this very, very dark brown mahogany, and then the other one is a light teal color.
Same material?
No, sorry, it's I meant to say cloth. Light teal cloth.
I want to grab the leather one if I can.
Okay, yeah, grab on. So that means Desmond, light teal cloth.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So, with that, all of you can see positions in place. The half-orc man, he makes his way up the steps and he says, all right, well, let us begin. And he raises his hands and gestures to the band, and they begin to play away. So they're playing this very chunky tune. Oh yeah, the two of you definitely can head off and watch. And with that, the dancers begin to move very slowly, just step for step for step for step, pacing around the circle. And one by one, continue to move on and on and on. And so with this first one, I'd like you just to make a performance check. Ashima, yours will be with advantage, okay? And Desmond, yours as well, because you decided to take that moment to look at the people around you.
Oh no.
Ooh. Okay, alrighty. So as you are making your way around, Ashima, you do have a small moment where you're so focused and trying to keep an eye on these people that you actually end up zoning out a little bit, and you weren't kidding. Your feet are the largest here, and you end up stepping on the back of the heels of the person in front of you. They go, hey, watch it, stop it. And they go back to what they were doing.
My apologies.
But Desmond, you are maintaining a pretty good step and rhythm with the people all around you. So you continue to move and move and move, and the first seemingly radius of the dance is complete, and the music begins to pick up after that. And you can see that there is a bit of intensity to it, to say the least. But you do pick up the pace quite a bit. So with that pace begins to pick up, I would like both of you to make dexterity checks. As now the pace is picking up, people are moving faster and faster and faster. Okay.
I hate everything.
Okay, so Ashima, you do... So Ashima, once again, you are kind of bumping into people, not exactly finding your rhythm just yet. Desmond, though, you are dipping and dodging, and you're actually not even knowing the rules necessarily, but you see one person sort of move in front of another, and then move in front of another, and then back around on the opposite end, beginning to wrap their cords around a person, and you're like, wait a minute, let me try that. And you start to run in front of people, and then wrap around them and behind them, sort of wrapping around your piece of like teal cloth around all of these other ones. And so with that, Ashima, you're still kind of bumping in and tripping people, not exactly doing precisely what you want. Music picking up once more, again, to a much more jaunty tune. I'd like both of you to make dexterity checks again.
This is gonna be like a 1.
Oh! So
change of fate.
Screw you, Connor. Screw you.
okay.
The weave wills.
the weave. The wheel weaves what the weave wills. Okay, all right.
I can't pronounce it, but yes.
It's a tongue twister. So, luckily, Desmond, you are getting rather carried away, and you begin to like try and wrap it around your tail in the moments and do cartwheels and twists and turns, trying to really sell the crowd because the people are going crazy for you. But then, as you get near that one woman, the one in the like deep green satins and silks, she like bumps into you with her waist, and you get sort of knocked off your balance, and you end up yanking and pulling your teal cloth out from the maypole, and it snaps, and you just roll a little bit until you're right on the edge of the dancing area, and all the hard work you did is lost. And you can see that there are about 4 other people, so 5 total, that happens to all of them, where whether it be from Ashima, who is just kind of stumbling about trying to keep his rhythm, accidentally bumps into somebody and knocks them out, or that woman or that man, they are lightly dancing around people, slowly bumping them out and continuing to be in charge. So with that, it's down to Ashima, the 2 seemingly expert dancers, and then 2 others who are just kind of like having a good time bopping around to the music and smiling, laughing to their friends who are outside. Okay, so at this point, Ashima, I would like you to go ahead and make a performance check, okay? This one is not with advantage because things are starting to pick up.
Yes. Can my halfling nimbleness be used for anything? To move through somebody else's space?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll say with advantage then. That's actually a really good point, because you can sort of dodge in between people's ankles.
If this works, I'd like to slide between somebody's ankles as they like pick up their foot so I don't let go. But it won't. Let's hold up.
Hold up.
And to make sure that worked for first. Shit. Not been going well today.
Okay. Roll again. It's with advantage.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. Hey! Okay. So, right, you said you wanted to kind of like... dirty 20. You wanted to kind of like wrap some of the cloth around people's, like around their, like in between their legs?
Oh, no. So I wanted to like wrap it around my my fist. And then once somebody like steps to like skip or like, you know, lift their leg for whatever, plie, who knows. I don't know, dancing. I want to slide in between their legs. And so like, it's almost like a jump rope.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So you can see that the two expert dancers, they begin to really pick up the pace, really start to bump people out. And those two other normal people, they are just kicked out of the ring as fast. But you see the one man, he tries to come up behind you and starts dancing right behind you, picking up the pace right on your back. And then you see him try to sort of move around you, and you do exactly that, wrapping it around his leg and end up tripping him up. And he sort of falls over on his face, splat into the ground. And it's just you and the woman now. And you can see that as you're looking at, and Cecily, Bianca, and Desmond, you can see that as people were dancing, the tufts or the strands of fabric really have begun to, Cecily just plowing a funnel cake. You can see that the strands
like SpongeBob eating his own arms, just...
the different strands of cloth and fabric and leather beginning to wrap together, creating this beautiful, intricate, and most importantly, unique gemstone. So he's knocked flat on his face and he goes, "Oh, my good man," and kind of rolls out of the way and sort of stands up and leans on the edge. And you can see the music begins to slow down just a hair, and you can see that the two of you, the woman and you, are now starting to move in a much slower, much more determined pace. So with that, I'd like you to make one more dexterity check.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. Alrighty. So you begin to dance, you begin to move, and you are, I mean, for the most part, you are really keeping pace with this woman. And you can tell everyone in the audience is kind of like taken aback, because this small, aloof-looking halfling, shaven head, is keeping really good pace and time and rhythm with this seemingly expert dancer from who knows where. And you manage to keep that up through the majority of this last slow song. But as the song begins to build towards the end, and you begin to start to get carried away in the music and really thinking about how things are working, and you start to think like, oh no, maybe I misstepped back there, and you start to get in your own head, before you notice it, she's right behind you, and before she bumps into you, she says, "You really are a great dancer, my dear," and boom, bumps into you, and you sort of trip and fall. She grabs onto your leather strap, grabbing onto both of them, twisting them up into a knot, and then finally finishing the dance with a flourish and a plie, and tucking the cloth into the the gem-shaped maypole. So with that, the dance is completed. The people start to cheer and jeer and celebrating. "Oh yeah, she's so good! She's so good!" And some people are cheering you on, Ashima. They recognize you from the tourney, and they're very happy to see that you made it as long as you did. So
I'll clap for her too. I'm a good sport.
She takes a bow to the audience, and she comes over to you, Ashima, and she grabs your hand, and she kind of lifts it up halfway, but making sure to crouch a little bit so as not to lift you up off the ground, and presents a hand towards you, being a very, very good sport. about it, smiling and bowing, and you can see a lot of the people in the audience just swooning after her. And she leans over to you and says, "If you'd ever like to dance again, darling, please, I would be more than happy to oblige." She smiles and she winks, and she goes over to the half-orc, and she takes a small purse from him, and she makes her way out of the ring and walks away.
Yeah, I'll let her have her spotlight.
Okay. So with that, the half-orc.
I mean, I can't be like bullshit because like that's the game.
So, half-orc stands and he gives a round of applause towards all of those contestants and the woman walking away, and says, "Well, we'll have a brief intermission. Come back in a half an hour and we'll be ready for another round. Take a look at that gem." And like I said, all of you can see the different veins of color that sort of weave in and out, creating this unique spectacle that is only going to be disassembled, so it can be created anew and unique with the next round of 10 people that approach. So, claps all around, pats on the back, and at about that time, it's time for your second round of combat.
Good job,
was
Ashima.
fake.
Very good.
It was fake. You won, Ashima.
Oh,
Congratulations.
You both did fantastic.
And more importantly, the reason why I quite like this game is look what we've all made through our failures and successes. Something truly very beautiful.
You think it looks like that when I fuck up?
Maybe. Maybe you just haven't seen the finished product yet.
Cecily's going to...
And more importantly...
Go ahead.
More importantly, I wasn't afraid to start dancing.
Alright, Cecily's gonna mutter something shitty to herself and wipe the sugar on her fingers on her skirt. And then just go ahead and start heading toward the tourney ring. Because I guess we gotta grab Mina, but then we gotta go do that again.
I think Mina's there.
Oh yeah. She probably saw it in the weave that she needs to go back or whatever.
Yeah.
She knows! It is known!
Okay.
I'm
So
sure
yeah, let's go.
So, as all of you make your way back across the bridge, eventually, Mina does catch up with you. She was in the Maplewood Grove, but saw all of you begin to leave, and also keeping track of the time, knowing that it was time for the tourney again. She comes back with you, and as all of you make your way through the streets, and you get to the ring, you can see that Captain Veronica, she greets you again, and she says, "Oh, I'm so glad that I found all of you. That you are decidedly on time, but I regret to inform you that, well, the Golden Hammers, the dwarvish miners from the Undercity who you were going to fight, well, they seemingly have disappeared. They're gone. I believe they left the city. No one has seen them anywhere, so... I mean, good for all of you. That counts as a forfeit and a win for you. So, I mean, that means that you will be heading into the final round, and whoever wins, whether it be those from the Western Salamander or some members of the town guard, either way, you will be fighting whoever wins that fight.
Huh. Well, I guess that's good.
I don't like this.
I don't know, I guess we scared him.
No. Bit inconvenient. Or convenient, depending on who you ask. Just a premonition.
Nina, have you seen anything about these golden hammers and your weaviness?
Oh, that's a good question. Do you see the hammers? Do you see them?
Alright, please stop. It's one thing to make fun of me, but we're the guest.
Sadly, it does not work like that. Their impact on the weave is not as great as yours, at least as far as I can see. Veronica kind of looks at that and scoffs a little bit. Yes, well, regardless of their impact on the weave, you all are free to continue with the festivities until this evening. That is when the final fight happens.
Okay. What now?
Let's go
Do we
eat some
want to
lunch.
do? Oh, that'd be great.
We should save our strength, not do anything too extraneous.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But we could also
Final
pair
round,
off and do 2 pairs of cornhole.
This is an option.
Blaze up explosives.
Lunch and then bombs. I
Let's do
vote
it.
lunch and then
Yes.
bombs.
Okay.
Cool.
I second that motion.
Mina, will you be coming with us this time? At least for the food?
I think that sounds quite alright to me.
Excellent.
Okay. So, as all of you head off, any specific things you're looking for lunch, or were you planning to head to the Golden Stag, check up on Master Draenor and Sigrun, or did you want to head to the Carp and the Roebuck, which is where you had that food first things first?
It might be best idea to check in and eat at the same time. By going to the Golden Stag.
Yeah,
Eat
that's
anywhere.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, he's supposed to tell you about that item.
Yes. I am
Yeah,
very...
because
Let's do it.
The Rock!
yeah, Cecily, you haven't heard from him in probably 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
So
I haven't shown him the claw thing.
So, all of you make your way towards the stag and the lion. Or, sorry, not the stag and lion. You make your way towards the golden stag.
Golden Stag.
The nicest inn and tavern in Summer's Rest. And, I mean, this place is packed. It is absolutely full of people. You make your way in, and it is... somehow, it is louder than the the rest of the town outside. Somehow, just absolutely terrible with noise and blaring with music. So, people shouting to be heard, barmaids running around dealing out food, and you can see that there is not a free table in here, and there is no sight of Draenor nor Sigrun.
Well, if we really want him, I might be able to go find him.
Time you talk to him?
I haven't bothered him in about a week, but I don't know.
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
might
I've
be wise
bothered
to
him a
make
lot
sure he-
before.
Might be wise to see if he's checked out or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good start.
Not because I'm certain that he would leave without telling you, but because I'm certain he wouldn't. If that makes sense.
Yes.
If he left without checking out, he's in danger.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yes, okay, but that's very good. No metaphors there. Just yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna run up. Is it the lizard folk guy? I hope it is.
Sadly, no. That was Selrid's
Oh.
Tavern. Yeah.
Oh, right, you're right.
Yeah, the squatting lion.
No, maybe that guy's got 2 jobs. But,
I got kids. No, he was slow. He was really slow.
Oh god.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to whoever's here and just, hey, you got a registry thing? I need to ask about somebody.
So, this is somebody who you hadn't really interacted with at all. As most of the time you came here, you would be interacting with Master Denor, and then you would kind of just either go away to that ledge you were at or head up to his room. So the main barkeep you never really interacted with, and for a moment you have a small panic attack because the person turning is maybe 6.5, 7 feet tall. They have this deep blue skin, this tuft of hair right around their chin, and these big, long eyebrows sort of drop down, and this wide, almost cow-like nose. And they smile at you, and they say, well, hello there. And for a moment, you panic because you're like, oh, fuck, it's Selrid. But after just a brief moment, no, Selrid had evil eyes. This is a very kindly furball, as he's sort of wiping down the counter, and he says, well, hi, how, you said, do I keep a registry?
Yeah, I need to see if there's a dude that's still here. I'm supposed to bother him.
And who might you be looking for there, young master?
Okay, master. He goes by Drenor here.
Oh, yes, the Lord coming in from way out east. Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. Were you, because you've been in here with him before, haven't you? I thought that I'd recognized you before. I mean, not that we get very many people from the Western Salamander around here, but, well, to be frank, I'm happy to have more of you here because, well, most of you rack up a pretty big bar bill, but you know what? I don't think that's gonna be you because, well, you're just a little too short and a little too young to be drinking up.
So is he here?
Oh, yes, he's still
love
here.
him.
He likes to stay up in his room because he told me the noise gets on his nerves sometimes. And, well, I wish I could do more to help him, but sadly, innkeeper telling his patrons to be quiet would be like a mouse hunting a lion. But, yes, he's up in his room right now, actually. And if you'd like to go up and see him, I'm sure he would have no problems with you give him an old knockaroo on his door.
I'm gonna go do that. Okay.
Alrighty, well, you have a good one now, and if you need anything else, make sure that you may come back to me. And he just keeps talking as you move away.
Just gonna wipe the sweat from my brow. Oh god. Okay, he's here. Yeah, he's here.
I love him.
Do you want to go talk with him? Should we all go talk with him?
Well, I don't know, you guys figure out some food stuff? I could go find him.
Sounds good. What do you want?
I've... stuff?
Bread? Okay.
Yes.
I was going to say something very grainy.
Preferably
We'll
bread.
do that.
So the four of you, plus Mina, head up to the barkeep, and he says, well, hello there. I've seen all of you in here before with that young master right there who, oh, look at her go up the stairs right now. I hope that Master Drenor is all right with me sending her up there. He said he doesn't like, and he continues to talk at you. It takes about 5 minutes to actually get your food order in. So, Cecily, you head up the stairs, and...
God, no wonder this place is packed.
The music does begin to fade as you get to the second story. You know where his room is at, and you give it an old knockaroo, and you can hear some footsteps, and as the door opens, there is this sort of ethereal music that actually emanates from inside the room that just slowly floats out into the hallway, and you can see opening the door is Keeper Sigrun. She looks down at you, and she gives you a look that says nothing to worry about, and sort of gestures for you to come in. And as you enter, she shuts the door behind you, and she heads off back to the same chair that she always sits in, puts her foot up on a table, crosses her arms, and just keeps a lookout on the room, and every once in a while leans her head up against the wall and just listens. goes back to looking and watching. And as you enter, Master Drenor sees you. He smiles and he says, "Hello there, Cecily. I'm so happy to see you. I figured that you'd be out busy with the festivities today."
Yeah, hey, dude. We're just getting lunch.
Dude. Yes.
Well, my, monk guy, he's asking about that rock that we gave you. I don't know, I guess he's kind of been worried about it the past few days, and he wants to know if you found anything, fucked up.
Yes. And you can see the smile melt off of his face as he just kind of doesn't make eye contact with you for a moment. He just kind of stares at the ground and blinks. Cecily, I was going to wait until after the festivities, and I still think it would be best to do that.
Oh.
But
okay.
I don't know how you came across that. And in all honesty, I'm not exactly sure I want to know, but I do need to know. But without saying too much right now, I've spent my entire life dedicated to maintaining flame and light. And I believe that there's nothing to worry about. It does need to be addressed eventually, but there's time. It's always time. So I know that me saying all of these foreboding things right now is not exactly good, but between you and me and the rest of your companions and Sigrun there, I'm sure that anything that comes of this rock, if anything does, will be fine and taken care of. And please, trust me. I have a great knowledge of many things, and I am well versed in what this rock is and what it means. So provided it stays in my possession, everything should be fine. But like I said, today is a day of celebration and festivities for the people of Bella Clara and for most people around the world, so please enjoy today. And tomorrow we can look forward to the future and what that future demands of us. All right?
Yeah, okay. I'll go tell him what I remember of that.
Just tell them everything is fine, and we'll need to talk about it tomorrow. It's nothing too pressing.
Okay. Cool.
And Cecily,
Mm.
I hear you're going to be fighting in that tourney again.
Yeah, we're like second place right now or something.
Well, final fight is this evening, correct?
Supposed to be.
Maybe Sigrun and I will stop by to see how you're handling
Okay.
your new abilities.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, it's been pretty easy so far. Should be okay.
Well, that's good. If it's gonna be easy for anyone, it would be you.
Right. By the way, if you hear about somebody named Hildy Dildy, that was not me. Just
It
so you
wasn't.
know. No. Not at all.
Very
No.
well.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
I just want to keep going with that for a while, but like she's not actually trying to lie. I think it's just she doesn't care if he knows.
Yeah, he's had a month to get to know you. It's pretty it's pretty apparent to him, especially with this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, but she'll just keep doing the bit. Just wasn't me. Nope, not at all. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So,
you two have fun. I'm gonna go eat.
yes, please go eat. I'm doing the same. Grabs a small chunk of cheese, takes off a bite. And Cecily, during that fight, don't remember. Don't forget to breathe, and don't push too hard. All right?
Yeah, here, I got it. Nice and gentle, smooth, like a ocean wave of chaotic lightning. Yeah.
Precisely like that.
Okay, cool.
Right, so you head off, and Keeper Sigrun shuts the door
Can
behind
I-
you.
I offer a fist pump to Sigrun. What happens? What happens when I offer a fist pump to Sigrun?
She gives you a fist back.
So you right? You just like knuckle, like one of these.
Yeah,
one of
just
the-
like-
knuckle things. Okay.
Just
So
wanna-
she looks down at you because she's a very tall woman. Looks down at you,
Kinda-
and there's just a small smirk, and she knuckles you back.
All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave then.
Alrighty. So, head out. And head back down, and immediately you are assaulted by the music and the people. So, with that, you are heading back downstairs and see all your friends gather around a table that is finally vacated. And it seems as though they are just sitting down as you're finishing that 15-minute conversation. Like, just sitting down. And just a few minutes later, as you begin to approach the table, sort of pushing through the crowd of people, your food is delivered to the table. So, nice hot bread, and for all the rest of you, it was a grueling battle to get your order in. So,
Well?
you sit down. Smack bread.
How is it? How's the rock?
Oh, yeah. It's okay. It's fine. We gotta worry about it tomorrow. Come talk to him tomorrow. We gotta talk about it, but it's fine.
All right.
Yeah,
He knows
tell
more
me.
than us. I do trust him.
Yep.
Were he to use it for evil purposes, he would have done so already, and were it up to any evil, it would have already happened.
Probably.
So,
Yep.
nothing to worry about.
Oh, anyway. Oh god. He might come to the tourney. So there's that.
Oh, excellent. That'll be very good.
Okay. Alrighty, so you eat your food, and you, I mean, like I said, the tavern is very, very busy, so there are quite a few people sort of bumping into your table every once in a while, but you are able to eat, chit-chat, and converse. I mean, unless there's anything specific you guys wanted to talk about. It takes you about an hour to get the food, eat, and have that talk with Drenor. But, anything else?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, nothing else.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's cornhole time.
Alrighty, so you eat your food, you head out of the tavern, and you head back into the fairgrounds, and you are once again confronted by the noises outside, which now is like modest compared to what was going on inside the tavern. It is just a low roar as opposed to a constant cacophony of terrible loudness. So, you make your way, weaving through the city streets, and this time you get to Drinker's Dream, right? You're already there, and you are able to find the fire in the hole. So, as you approach, this seems to be one of the more... it would be one of the more calm games, except for every 5 seconds or so, there's a small... just explosions every once in a while.
How big are these explosions, would you say?
They're like aggressive firecrackers. Bless you.
Okay.
So, as you make your way up, you can see that there are currently 8 lanes with 2 people on each side, and there are these stone ramps with a large hole in the smack dab in the middle of the ramp. And you can see that there are these blast marks all over the stone where different firecrackers or different explosives had missed. And you can see this human man, maybe middle-aged. He has very patchy facial hair, missing both of his eyebrows, as an eye patch over one eye, and very like ratty kind of shaggy hair. As he kind of pushes it out of the way, and he says, "Fire in the hole, anyone? Anyone for fire in the hole? Fire in the hole, anyone? Fire in the hole. Would you like to play? You. It's very simple. You throw an explosive. If it lands in the hole, you win."
Okay, who wants to be on whose team?
Yeah, so...
Team Bianca. Partners in crime.
Us 4.
Me and Cecily.
How about does this work, other than the obvious part?
Yeah, very easy. Indeed, very easy indeed. So you take an explosive, you light it with a match, you throw it, and if it lands in the hole, you win.
So, like, is there score?
Oh no, you just have to make sure that at least one lands in the hole, and you win.
So, like, do we even need to be standing across from each other? Can we all just aim at the same board?
No. Need to stand across from one another. It makes it more exciting because the thing is, people are not very good at throwing these. And you see him swivel around his bag, and he's got just a bag full of these like small explosives. And he says, "You see, they're very bad at throwing these. You see how tiny they are? But they pack a massive punch. So if you throw one too hard, well, there's a chance the wick could go out, and then no boom. Or you could throw it too hard, the wick stays, and you end up blowing it up right next to one of your friends. So it heightens the stakes a little bit, and it has to land in the hole, explode out of the hole, and well, you'll know if you won. Entry is 2 gold per team."
What?
Okay, just don't hit me with a bomb, Cecily, please.
I will throw it further
likewise.
than that.
If you miss and throw it at me, I will send it back. That's a promise.
Okay, that's I accept.
Okay, alrighty. So
All right.
each one of you, each team hands him 2 gold. Alrighty. Very cool.
I'll take out 1 gold.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Very cool. Divvy up the gold, you give it to him, and you are shown to your cornhole lanes, your fire in the hole lanes, and each one of you are given 4 explosives. 4 total, 2 for each person. So each one of you have 2 chances to throw that explosive into the hole.
And we both need to get 1 in the hole, or
No,
one of
just
us needs to get 1 in the hole?
One of you. So the thing is, you're going to make either strength or dex checks, but you don't want it to be too high or too low. You're hoping to get it smack dab right in the middle. Because too high will throw it too far, too low will not throw it far enough, and just right, well, lands in the hole.
Nice.
Okay.
On one hand, I shouldn't use Dex, but on the other hand, I've been rolling dog shit tonight, so should be okay.
I know, I'm like, I don't really know, because my strength is just 0. But if I roll low, it doesn't help me. So,
Right.
yeah.
It's all an odds game. Oh, man.
All right,
Well,
let's do this.
all right, who first? All right, one of you throw a bomb at me. I want the thrill.
We'll never not
So
accept.
are we
taking the
against
board
each
off.
other? Is it our teams against each other?
Yeah.
Okay. So who's on which side?
We should decide that.
Who's throwing it to who?
Right, because the teams were Cecily and Bianca and Ashima and Desmond, right?
Yeah.
Guys are girls.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah,
works.
so then you guys
Oh,
are
we
just
did
on
that.
opposite sides of each other.
Yeah.
Is
Okay,
it like in
but am I
cornhole
standing
or
next to
like-
Ashima or Desmond?
Yeah. We standing next to our partner or next to the opponent?
Next to your partner.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay, that works.
All right.
Oh.
Who goes first?
Girls, guys. Yeah.
I'll go first.
Alrighty. Desmond, make a strength dex check.
Do your worst, Desmond. Or a little better than that, actually. Oh god!
Wow. Alright, Cecily and Bianca, I need you guys to
Bye.
make dex saving throws.
Is it coming at me?
No, it's going at Cecily and Bianca.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, right, because it was Desmond. Right, sorry. Whoops.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
No, you're good. Alright, Cecily, you take 6 points of fire damage, and Bianca, you take
Jesus.
3.
Oh my god.
Blows up right next to both of you. Bianca, you managed to duck out of the way. Cecily, you are just scattered with flame.
Shouldn't
Fuck
Bianca only
Desmond.
take 1 or 2 because she's resistant to fire?
You're
Oh,
right.
yeah, Bianca, you would take 1 then.
One. Okay.
Or sorry, 2, because it's rounded up
Get
always.
Desmond.
That's what you get for inviting me to throw a bomb at you guys.
I thought you wanted
Maybe
to be
this
good at
isn't
stuff.
a good game to be playing.
But I
all.
threw it the best, though. The hardest. The furthest.
Desmond, that is the
Trying to
wrong
be fighting people
lesson.
better than everybody else.
Ugh. Okay, alright.
Can we back away for the other throws? Is that allowed?
No. You gotta stay within your box or your team's disqualified.
Yeah, because the
Oh,
eye
God.
patch guy said. Can't.
Alright.
That's part of the thrill.
How about, okay, my turn, I guess.
Alright. Cecily, make
Fuck.
strength or dex check.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
Oh.
so you throw it, whoop, you waft it up in the air, but you can see the wick go out as you throw it way up too high, and it lands right in the middle of the two lanes.
Well, that's fucking lame. Whatever.
You know, maybe I wasn't the best, but I'm certainly not the worst.
Alrighty, so that means it is up to Ashima now.
Okay. He's gonna try and underhand it using strength.
Alrighty, Ashima, you underhand it, you throw it up, and right on the money you throw it up, falls down. It does not sizzle out. It continues to and land straight in the hole. And there's a moment where you're wondering, oh, did it go out when it got in the hole? And as soon as you have that thought, there's this that goes off from inside, and there is this explosion of color that, like almost like glitter, that sort of shoots out of the hole and coats the entirety of that central lane towards Desmond and you, Ashima. So that is 1 point for all of you, and if all the rest are misses, then that means Desmond and Ashima win.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Seeing that his underhand worked, Bianca will also try a strength underhand, trying to mimic a little bit.
Okay. Ooh, okay. So as you do, Bianca, you throw it up, and it doesn't fizzle out, but it does end up landing on the board and explode on top of their stone slab board. It doesn't exactly land inside the hole. So,
Close.
with that, very close, but no cigar.
Or explosion.
It is
Well, I
smoking,
guess
though.
it wasn't explosion.
Okay. So that means it is back to Desmond now.
You're on mute.
Ooh, okay. Oh my god, Desmond. So Desmond, you throw it up and over. This time you throw it over the hole, but not so close as it was to Bianca and Cecily. Bianca, Cecily, I need you to make another dex saving throw. Okay.
Oh.
Bianca, you take
Desmond, you shouldn't throw it like that. Oh. Goodness.
Bianca, you take 2 damage, half to 1, and Cecily, you take 1 damage.
That's still enough. I'm 7 hit points down from this game of cornhole.
We need to get you a cleric
jeez.
before we start the tourney.
Okay. Alright. Okay. I got it. And I'm gonna cast Mage Hand. And
She's cheating.
hey, no, I'm not
cheating.
I'm not gonna carry it. I'm not gonna fucking do that. Okay, I'm just gonna put the Mage Hand right. Yeah, I mean it's just. I'm gonna put the Mage Hand right next to me. And I'm just gonna try to, with the Mage Hand, do a Dex throw, in the hopes that my Magic Hand is better.
Okay.
Who knows?
Alright.
Magic touch.
I guess just roll a d20 then.
Just because it doesn't have mods.
It doesn't have modifiers. All right, there we go. That's it. So you toss it up.
Nice.
It wafts up and lands in the hole, and there's an explosion, and once again another shooting of, glittery mist shoots out of their end, and now you guys are tied 1-1.
Okay.
Alrighty,
All right, let's
Ashima, take it home.
give this a shot. Another strength one.
Ashima mess up. Yes!
Ashima, you toss it up, and you end up holding it for too long, so Ashima and Desmond, I need you guys to make Dex saving throws.
Duck!
You hold it too long, you're trying to think about the best way to throw it, and... Oh, nice. Wow. Way to flex, Desmond. Oh. Okay, so Ashima, you take 4 points of fire damage, and Desmond, you take 2 points of fire damage.
Ow.
Okay. I didn't mean to fuck
Nothing
up
about
that
this was a good idea.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of on your side now, but we have to win. Okay, Bianca.
All right, Bianca.
Let's go.
All right, she's gonna just try to do the dexterity, maybe overhand throw, and pray that it gets it.
Hey, alrighty, so Bianca, you throw it up, and it is so light and floats through the air and just sinks into the hole, and a second explosion, another round of this glittery mist explodes out, cascading the entire area in this like snow of this rainbow snow. And with that, all of the explosives flown. The old man, or the middle-aged man, just eyebrows singed off, eye patch, he sort of stumbles over and he says, we have a winner. The tiefling and the young girl beat the dragonborn and the halfling. I didn't realize how weird you were when you first got here. It's the one eye. So, and he kind of stumbles over towards you, Bianca, and Cecily. And he says, your prize, you did win after all. And he reaches in to his satchel, he kind of digs around for a little bit, and he holds up 3 different small, what look to be explosives, just larger. And he says, take any one of these 3. They all do something different. They're mystery bombs.
I'll just...
Okay, one has a wick that is red, one has a wick that is blue, and the other one has a white wick.
Take the white wick.
You take the blue wick. Everything
Okay.
goes back to normal.
So you take the white wick. So go ahead and write down mystery bomb white wick.
Oh.
And then you can maybe use that one day.
I wanted the mystery bomb.
You can.
You know, I would have given it to you, Desmond, but you hurt me. We had something,
You hurt me
Desmond.
emotionally. You hurt my pride.
You know,
And that's-
we were good. We were good for like 5 minutes.
You know, most importantly, I feel like we've all been hurt a little bit. Like, legitimate, tangible pain. So maybe we should. No more of this.
Yeah, Shima's
no,
right.
no.
My real feelings are hurt. We should,
My ears are ringing, and I dislike
Are you
all of this.
are you insinuating that feelings aren't valid?
Well, they've never done much for me.
Emotions aren't valid?
No.
Okay.
Well, Shima and I are saying different things. Whatever. Let's go. Let's go get healed.
Ourselves at the clerics. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That is a good idea.
So then we'll say that you guys head to the temple. You get yourself healed the full HP, and we'll just say that it is a number of gold pieces for how much HP you're missing.
Oh, fuck.
Nice. Okay. 7.
Two.
Nope. I don't have 1,000 gold. Whoopsie.
Okay. So with that is a bit of a lengthy process, as it takes you about 2 hours to get all the way healed and patched up, as they're really trying to make sure that you are as healthy as possible before you head off.
Can I just roll a hit die instead? Can we take like a short rest?
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, that's
I
probably.
don't want to spend the
probably
gold.
It is
Yeah, I
I'll
world-class
agree.
spend the
service.
gold.
Okay. Well, yeah. I I already marked it. I'll just spend it.
What a waste of a natural 8.
Natty 8, baby.
98.
Ah, jeez. Alright. Yeah,
You know the
fuck
worst
it,
part
we're
is you rolled a 1 as soon as the train came by.
Yep.
It's the pain train. Oh, man. Alrighty. So, with that, all of you make your short rest. You get healed by the clerics, and at about that time, evening is beginning to come, and the final match of the tourney is about to begin. So, unless there was any final launch, there will still be some time after the tourney to do some fighting or do some other activities. You haven't exactly missed out on everything. So, anything in particular so far. So if there's anything you haven't done, you'll have time to do that after the fighting as well. But is there anything else you guys want to do last minute before you head to the tourney?
Nah, it's clobbering time.
Okay, alrighty. So you head towards the tourney, the arena that has been crafted for this purpose in particular, and you prepare heading into the double doors in between where this small area, and right now it's just all of you in there, as all the other fighters have been sort of cleared out, and the sound of the audience is definitely dulled a little bit through the area. But as you are there, maybe about 10 minutes before your fight is about to start, there is the door creaks open, and you can see a man who is very athletic build. He's maybe 6'1", 6 foot. He has this very simple sort of coughed helmet on with the nose guard, long sort of dirty blonde hair that goes about down to his waist, that is currently wrapped up in a braid, and a beard that goes about down to maybe his belly button that is also wrapped up in a braid. He's got a long sword at his side and a shield in his other hand, and he's wearing what looks to be armor of connecting plates. Some of those plates are enameled steel of this sort of almost shifting blue color that, depending on how the light hits it or how the shadow hits it, it almost changes from like a deep blue to a light blue, like waves crashing against a shore. He approaches the 5 of you, and his jawline is very square, and his mouth is not moving at all. And he says,
So, you all are the runaways, yes?
Guess so.
My name...
That is what they've begun to call us.
My name is Balin. I am the leader of the fighters you are about to face in that ring.
And you can see his eyes sort of blink towards each one of you.
It is Jormungandri tradition that we look any foe in the eye before we fight them, and you are no different than those poor souls we fought before this moment. I just was curious as well. What are you fighting for, if I may ask? It's no small thing to win this tourney. Well, I guess it's been easier for all of you. But what are you fighting for?
Freedom.
Then we have that shared bond then. My people are honest. We find no pride in lies or honeyed words. So I will speak plainly to you as I would to a shield maiden or axe brother. Me and my kin, family to me they are, not by blood, but by trials in combat and journeys across seas. We traveled all the way from Fjardeleth. We traveled across oceans and seas, past Bromsgrove, across the dancing sea, to Belka, all the way up through the foothills, the evergreen expanse, to be here for this tourney. We set out 7 months ago. We fight a war for the soul of my people. The All-Father gives us guidance, but there is so little he can offer us when the odds are so out of our favor. This tourney is the difference between the death of our people and what they believe in, and it returning to the beautiful life that it once was. I would never ask you from one warrior to another to give up or to not fight as hard and strong as you can. But from one honest man to hopefully others, I want you to know that we will be holding nothing back. Because our people's culture and lives are at stake. And it's nothing personal against you. It's only what we need to do for our people. I look forward to testing your steel and seeing what you can do. You've been the talk of the town. It'll be nice to have a fight worthy of the fractured peninsula. May the All-Father guide you and the Crow Lord watch over you. Puts his fist to his chest and gives you a small nod with his head.
And turns and begins to walk away. Heads out of the double doors. shuts them softly behind him.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I suppose win or lose, we'll have to follow up with them. An entire people at risk. Win or lose, I almost feel like that burden falls upon us in a way. Whether we choose to help them or whether we choose to do anything, I imagine.
Well, I'm kind of icky now. Like, I mean, not that our reasoning isn't very valid, but also, like, my culture's not, like, I'm feeling weird.
It would... I don't know very much about the Fractured Peninsula, but I think it would be more of a disservice to them to step aside.
Yeah.
And I think that there must be something we can do for them if we do win. And if we don't, we won't have this quandary.
I guess he sounded like he wanted to earn it. But, Dranor said that I'm probably from the Western Salamander. Not like
Winter, what?
from, but, a while ago. Like, somebody.
Perhaps, win or lose, you could talk to them after this. I think you may be able to help each other out in some way.
Just kind of hope I'm not wiping out my bloodline. I mean, fuck, I didn't care whether or not I even had a bloodline my whole life. I don't know.
We never talked about, if we won, what direction we'd go.
Yeah.
I believe there was talk of helping people.
Well, I kind of just counted on Poe telling us what we should do.
There's also the cult still. We have some loose ends. I mean, as much as I want to help people who clearly need it, are we just walking away from one problem to solve another? I don't think we can really promise anything at this point, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I think Poe, perhaps Mina, you as well would agree, that sometimes the path of good is the path that presents itself. But we'll have to overcome this moment before there can be any other moments. Otherwise, you can't make a minute, nor a day.
If we win or not, I'm going to feel icky now.
Yeah, fuck it. Guess we still gotta try.
Well, the least we can do is give them a good fight.
Yeah.
And don't be so overconfident in our victory. We may win, but we may not. A moment will decide. Just let the moment pass.
Well, where do you think Poe is? I know I already asked, but is he just like eating? Is he just eating lunch like alone? Like, is he just like walking in the rain somewhere? Like, what the fuck is he doing?
He's probably puking in somebody's floorboards.
Probably. Knowing him.
I think that likely. I think that very likely.
I don't know why he ran away. It's not like he's gonna get anything better.
I don't think he's looking for something better. I don't even know if he's looking for anything. I mean, I think Ashima can attest to that, of sometimes you're just pulled somewhere. Maybe you don't want to go there, but that's where you are.
Mina pipes up and she says, Enoa are interesting for many reasons.
Huh.
They are called to do things that are impossible for most humans or humanoids to do. These insurmountable, impossible tasks. They try and try and try, and they never give up. It is said that every Enoa that has ever existed has served a purpose in the weave that without them, the weave would fall apart. Think about it. I can tell that two of you are connected to Poe. Would you be here in this moment if not for him?
For better or worse, no.
Exactly. Poe is tied to all of you. This I can feel. There is love for you that he has not felt for anyone. I can feel he wants to be here. He wants to go through all of this with you, but as an Anoa, sometimes the weave pulls him away. But
Well, I wish it would weave him alone.
sadly, the weave doesn't like puns, so it will not bend to your wishes, Desmond.
I'm so glad that the weave doesn't like your sense of humor, Desmond. I've never felt more connected to my magic than in this moment. Oh, that's so good to know.
Well, I don't like the weave either, so fuck the weave.
Hey, the weave brought you Hilda Dilda.
Good point.
So, on that note, you yelling that at Desmond, Cecily, you can hear the chains on the portcullis begin to dunk, 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 grind against one another. As the portcullis opens, the light floods in from outside, from a dimming sunset. All of you begin to make your way out into the fighting pit against these fighters from the Western Salamander, and you have the full intention of making them work and making them try for whatever they wish to accomplish. But sadly, with that is where we have to end tonight's session. with the intention of coming back next week for this final pit fight, because believe me, we could not do it in 14 minutes. That's for sure. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate all of you. I forgot to say it after the break, but Jack Sec, thank you for the follow. If you're still watching, I hope you've enjoyed. Love having the people interested in the content, interested in what we're doing, because all we're doing is being stupid. So I'm happy that there are people out there enjoying that. So that is it for this stream. Sadly, the Explorers of Afera will not be streamed this week. My wife and I will be out of town, so I will not have my streaming set up, but it will be recorded, and you'll be able to find that VOD on the YouTube channel come Sunday afternoon. But the Isles of Averion, which is at least written by Mark J. Judge, Just Cecily down there, that will be streaming on Saturday. So we've got 2 more campaigns this week, and then always come back here next Tuesday for the Explorers of Afera, or the Salamander Coast. Sorry, all the wires get jumbled in my head. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be. All right. Farewell.
Also, the opossum costume won't be coming back.
It's too hot. Yeah. All right. Adios. Farewell.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Bye.